Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. I've not even got you up on the iPad, so I can't even do a sound check. We're here for the event, the endurance. Yeah, I can hear myself. I'm there. We're here for the big event, the 2.5 hour race around the Nurburgring 24. What a cracker. I'll get up what the grid is going to be. We are roughly around about 8 minutes away from the big off ski, and Pat, my good friend on Discord, has done me a great chart for the grid, so we'll get into that straight away. So if you didn't see last week's stream, then you will not know that KLM Pace was the man in the end that got pole position with an 8:03.060. He is in the Group 3 car. We're racing Group 3 cars and Group 4 cars together here on track, and we will make our way through them. So Pace Oz is on the pole, followed by Matt Psycho in second place with an 8:06.204. In third, starting third place, I'll tell you whose cars they're in as well. Pace is in a Lexus, Matt Psycho's in a Mazda, Super Manny is in a Toyota, an 8:08.304 he managed. Then in fourth we have a Gazman in his Mazda. He did an 8:11.850. Then in fifth place we have a Kale with an 8:13.165. And then Daz is in sixth place with an 8:14.307. And then I believe Jam withdrew. And then so in seventh place we have a GT Racer with an 8:18.016. And that is your Group 3 boys. Then the Group 4 guys. On the pole for Group 4 is Homesick Alien in a Mazda, 8:40.458 he managed. In, oh god, hang on, let me work these out. In second is a Talleyrand with an 8:41.506. In third, Racer Brown with an 8:42.128. In fourth, we have a Jim with an 8:52.77. You don't want to watch that. 775. What did I say? Fourth. So fifth will be a Jokus in an 857.168. So sixth is Noxie with a 9:04.257. Seventh is a Flashman with a 9:10.529. Oh no, it'll change. Sorry. Oh yeah, because Guesty's a reserve, but he's now taken his position. So Guesty's time is quick enough for fourth. So who did I say was fourth? Jim. So Jim gets bumped into fifth, unfortunately for Jim, but good for Guesty. That is the grid, if you understood that. In the chat we've got Homescaling saying evening all, and we've got Skyjacker saying hiya. Hello everyone. My word, it's a warm one tonight, and we can see there Matt Psycho making his way around the Nurburgring 24. This is going to be a cracking race, I believe. I tried to do just a brief little lap around in time trial, and it's so tight. It's so tight. There is no room there whatsoever on track. Look at that. The track is just skinny all the way around. So I don't know how the overtaking is going to be done here. I am interested to see. See there, Kale just trying to edge that car around. Let's see if I can get into her. There we go. Beautiful stuff. My microphone's getting caught underneath the table, so I've got to lean over the table a little bit. I've got 3 Red Bulls lined up in front of me, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I really don't. So let's have a look through, shall we? See who we can see. We've got Guesty out there in his Mazda. Boom. Guesty recently signing up with the VRC team to take part in a 12-hour race coming up, I think mid to end October. And there he is, nipping around. Last minute for Guesty. He was on the reserves list and had to jump in. So a Matt Psycho like we just saw in the Group 3 car, also a Mazda. And he does very well in the 2.5 hour events. I believe he's a winner of one of them. I'll have a look in a second. Kale, third. Whoa, he's back end loosey goosey in the Lexus, looking very good there. Pat in the chat saying hi. And there we got Racer Brown in his Group 4 Mazda, a tribute to the Royal Air Force there. And what a cracking job they do. Some people say they are the best of all the forces. I mean, I don't like to get involved in these arguments, because I'm just pleased with anyone that wants to take up arms and protect my ass. But yes, mucho respectio. Supermanny is out there in his Toyota Supra, and it looks mean. It looks like it wants to win a race. Third on the grid. Behind Matt Psycho, it's going to be tight between the Sykes, Pace and Supermanny. In the chat then we have Kalen saying good evening, Jill saying evening thingy, and Jill saying good luck, Homesick. Well, he's in the best position, pole position, so hopefully he can turn that into a win. He is also a previous winner of the endurance racing. So Talleyrand is out there in his Subaru. He so looked like he had pole sewn up until Homesick pipped him right near the end. But Talleyrand looking to get ahead of the Alien early doors. 19 laps we're going to do. That's what 2.5 hours looks like around the Nurburgring 24. And we've seen Pace. Who haven't we seen in that top lot? No, we see all them top lot. So there we see a GT racer in his Group 3, a Subaru. He'll be up for this. He's getting those corners. Oh, he's found the wall there. And then in the pits, well, we see Sako. There is the Jimbo in his Subaru Group 4. Gazman in his Mazda Atenza Group 3. Homesick Alien, the host with the most, in his Mazda Group 4. Jokas is in the BMW. That's a woof. And I know that car can handle a little bit wild in the corners, so that is a brave choice. He's looking like he's going to go with the medium tyres, so I think Jokas there is going to go for the long run on this. Flashman out there in his Hyundai, a Group 4. And Noxie, I imagine all these guys are having a last minute pee break before 2.5 hours, because I imagine these guys will not be wanting to do the normal endurance, real endurance racing thing, and we in their car seat. So Daz there in the Toyota Supra. That looks nice. I remember that from qualifying. Did I say Noxie was in the Mazda? Yes. So in the chat we have Mama Sykes saying hi all, evening thingy. And Ravind is saying wish you all the best, Supermanny from all in Newcastle. I say, what, Newcastle in South Africa? Is there a Newcastle in South Africa? Oh, and we've got the ready. Oh, my fingers are all tingling. Random said good luck Homesick, you got this. And Mama Sykes saying have a good one guys. It's exciting. It's always exciting. Eek. I'm going to give it an R. I nearly give it a Y, old school. But we're going to give it an R. I'm still trying to get that R thing off the ground. Well, it wasn't me who started it. It was the boss, Talleyrand, once tricked us all into saying R. I think he said put an R if you're ready. Or so I think he said just put R up when you're ready. So everyone was R'ing it, and I thought I like the R's. I'm gonna have a big push for those R's and get rid of the Y's. Next, I want to go for A's somehow and try and get an N there at the end, and then we're all spelt up there. Kalen saying we are Pace. Yes, are you all Pace team? Oh, I don't know. There's Supermanny. He's in a Grid Finder livery. And Homesick Alien saying good luck. So here we go. It's going to happen very soon. All on board. 2.5 hours of pure unadulterated racing. Ravind in the chat saying yes, Newcastle in KZN, South Africa. Ah, there you go. You've got. Have they got funny accents as well? Do they talk really funny? I want to say, hey, you man. Oh, are you? Man. That's how our Newcastle lot sound. I don't know what your Newcastle lot sound. Why, aye, man? Although Gaza heralded from the Tyne. So there is your grid. I'm not even going to try because you know it'll disappear before I even get to sit. I could have got through a lot of them. So they're all on the grid. It's going to be a rolling start for 19 laps here at the Nurburgring 24. And my word, it's going to be a humdinger pace on pole. Followed by a Matt Psycho. Then we've got Super Nanny. Then we've got Gazman, Kale, Daz and GT Racer. They're the Group 3 cars. Homesick on pole for the Group 4s. Talleyrand, Racer Brown, Guesty. Back to the start. There we go. As pace floors it and tries to get some distance between him and Mr. Psycho. Matt Psycho was getting awfully close in the race. It looks like pace has got a good start there with Matt Psycho chasing him down, both on the racing soft tyres. Oh, Gazman going for an early move on Super Manny, but Super Manny's got the inside line now, and they've got Kale just behind him. Gazman trying to insert himself, and he's got himself... No, he hasn't got himself third. Super Manny is still holding that third place. And he's only just done it, and it looks like Kale just sneaking past Gazman fighting hard for that position there, side by side. I can't even look anywhere else. They were racing before I even expected it. So Gazman and Kale side by side going round. Beautiful stuff. Daz gets a great view of this race. Looks like Kale's on the outside though. Gazman's going to be able to get that inside. Can he get it? No, Kale's holding on to the outside, and Kale manages to stick it there on the outside with Gazman in 5th. Daz is in 6th. GT Racer is in 7th. Homesick Alien still leading the Group 4 cars. Look how close they are. Talleyrand a little half a second behind Homesick Alien. Racer Brown all up in his busy nurse with Guesty in 11th or 5th, 4th, sorry, and Jim is in 5th, Joker 6th, Noxie in 7th, and Flashman there in 8th spot. Let's get back to the front there. Pace has got only 1 second on the Psycho right now. And Pat's in the chat saying, and it's a go, go, go. And there is Pace. He's really pushing. He knows that Matt Psycho is a danger. A huge danger, and this could just be down to fuel and tyres. We will see, but pace so far 1.5 seconds he's managed on Matt Psycho so far, and Matt Psycho is pushing. Super Manny in 3rd place. He's keeping up with the 2 ahead of him, and another South African, Kale, in 4th. This is going very well for the South Africans. Gazman is holding on to that 5th ahead of Daz in his Supra, with GT Racer not too far behind them. Already you can see the Group 4s have dropped by 8 seconds. It is so close between Homesick Alien and Talleyrand. My word, with Racer Brown's clinging on in there. Guesty just drifting back a little bit there in 4th. And he's got Jim keeping him in close company there. Joker's. Then there is a Noxie, and Flashman is keeping up with the pack. So far though, there it is. Oh, Ken Pace, he's on a blast, isn't he? Really is on a push there. He's nearly 2 seconds as we still continue around the first lap. Matt Psycho digging deep with all he's got, but it is a marathon, not a sprint, remember, and much can happen. Super Manny keeping close eye on Matt Psycho, only a half second between 2nd and 3rd place. Cal 4th, around about 1.8 seconds behind those guys now, and Daz very close to Kale with only a second between them, and that is nothing around this track. And GT Racer only 1.4 seconds behind those. We lost a Group 3. We lost a person altogether. No, there is 15 racing. I thought there was 7 in that, but Homesick Alien is still, he's just edged away from Talleyrand a bit, and Racer Brown is looking like he's ready for a move. Oh, it's Gazman we lost. He's in the Group 3 cars. He's dropped down. I doubt we'll see it because I've been chatting too long. No, we didn't see it. I apologise. But Gazman slipping down the order, and now he's got, it's not down to the Group 4 guys to let him by. Part of the rules is the Group 3 cars have to find their own way without impeding the Group 4 cars when lapping them. Although he's not lapping them, that is an overtake. So, yeah, they don't have to give way at all because they're not being lapped. although it's probably good etiquette. Poor Gasman's losing a lot of time behind these Group 4 cars at the moment. Guesty, oh, Guesty, we just caught him having a moment. That gives Jim the opportunity to move up into 11th place. And Joker's now moving up, well, what's that, 4th and 5th, sorry. Guesty trying to compose himself. He's dropping down a position behind Flashman, who's ahead of Noxie. So we've had some action at the back, with Noxie dropping to the back. Guesty, just as we saw, dropping. Flashman up 2 positions since last seeing him. Joker's there behind Jim, but very close behind Jim. What's going on here then? There's Talleyrand with Gasman's trying to find a way past. He's losing time on those guys ahead of him. Homesick Alien keeping that 1 second distance from Talleyrand. Now Gasman, as he has just got past. And we're not even halfway yet round this lap, I don't think. There is pace. He's got 1.7, so it's not continued going up. In fact, it's dropping down a little bit. Matt Psycho is coming back at pace near the end of this, and they've dropped Super Manny. Super Manny losing nearly 3 seconds on Matt Psycho in 3rd place, and he's got Kale looking seriously at the back of Manny for a move. Daz there in 5th place, and GT Racer is not being left behind in that Subaru. So it's a lovely little battle we've got here, but Gasman's got to really get a shifty on, because he's losing the back of these guys. Superman is showing a little mud. They're all driving onto the mud there, not Daz. He's being sensible, and GT Racer 1.2 seconds behind. Gasman finally getting past the Group 4 cars. He's 17 seconds adrift of those guys ahead of him. He's got to do some super laps now to try and catch up. Homesick Alien, oh my word, and Talleyrand, look at this battle. Talleyrand coming back at the Alien, and the Alien trying to fend him off, and it's very tight between the two of them. Can Homesick Alien defend? Let's get on board with Talleyrand. Oh God, not that view, please. Here we go. So on board with VRC Talleyrand with his Union Jack helmet, chasing down the Mazda of Homesick Alien. Oh, beautiful through the carousel, is it? It looks like it. It's the only corner I know. Don't expect me to know any others. Oh, have we missed any chats? Runveer says Super Manny, great stuff. So Talleyrand, it looks like he's just dropped a little bit back from the Alien for now. Has that helped Racer Brown out? Not much. So let's have a look at this battle. 2.5 seconds Matt Psycho is, and now from pace, and it's still 3.3 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny's got 4. Oh, we've lost Kale. Kale's dropped back into 6th place. I'll try, guys. We've only got a limited amount of these replays, and then it won't let you do them anymore. No, he's already down there in 6th, so we missed his moment. You can see he looks like he's struggling with the handling of that Lexus. Looks like he's on a controller, doesn't it, the way it's tweaking around. Leading the way, pace, 2.5 seconds from Matt Psycho in 2nd. Super Manny is in 3rd, only 3 seconds, which is nothing around this track. They're coming around to nearly complete. No, are they not? They're nowhere near completing the first lap. My word, I'm eager. But they were lapping, yeah, around about 8 minutes, so we've still got a minute of the lap or so. Rido saying evening all. Pace then, Matt Psycho, Super Manny. Daz is now up into 4th. GT Racer in 5th. Kale is 6th, and he's moved significantly closer to Gasman, who is playing catch-up right now. Homesick Alien still holding that lead in the Group 4s ahead of Talleyrand, and Racer Brown dropping behind now in his Mazda, with Jim in 4th. Ahead of Guesty. Guesty getting himself ahead of Jokus. And Noxie managing to get ahead of Flashman. Flashman 17 seconds adrift. Think he may have had a small off. And Noxie is only tenths behind. Tenths, I tell you. Tenths behind Jokas. And he is giving it his all as they go into the carousel. Jokus quite wide. And, oh, well, the mini carousel, that one, I think. And Noxie just doing what he can, and up the road you can see Guesty banging it in. Pace has just completed his first lap around here at the Nurburgring for our endurance race, the 2.5 hour race of the Nurburgring 24. Kim in the chat saying Super Manny is awesome. He is. He's the best. And Pace 3.2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho will be wishing a puncture on that car ahead of him at the moment. He seems unstoppable. Supermanny, 3.7 seconds adrift from Matt Psycho. He's got himself 6 seconds on Daz though. Daz driving very well, keeping that 4th place under control. And GTR Racer moving up into 5th ahead of Kale. Kale trying to catch him up. And Gazman, he was 14 seconds behind Kale. Look at him, he's getting purples. He's man determined there after losing some time. And Homesick Alien still trying to fend off Talleyrand. Talleyrand is coming back at the Alien like a wave. Like a wave, these guys. And you can see a Racer Brown not too far in the distance as they get purples. Talleyrand in 9th, Racer Brown in 3rd. Jim is sitting in a 4th place, sorry, keep getting them mixed up. 5th for Guesty, 6th for Jokers. He's got himself ahead of Noxie again. And a flash, no, Jokers was ahead. I feel like I'm missing someone. Who was catching Jokers up? Was it Guesty? Possibly. Probably. But so far, Guesty 3.6 seconds ahead of a Joker. No, it was Noxie. Noxie was very close behind Jokers. He was only 7/10 behind him. He's slipped a little bit, but this is the nature of the track. It can bite. The green hell. Ravind saying go, go, go. Supermanny. Supermanny is super popular, isn't he, eh? Newcastle from South Africa. He is the dude. The dude abides. Pat in the chat saying don't forget everyone gets purples on lap 2. They all get purples. You're right. Did I start getting a bit excited about purples? Oh, it annoys me, that purple on lap 2 thing. So Matt Psycho 4 seconds adrift now, but he's 4 seconds ahead of Supermanny. And they're all getting purples. They're all going super fast. Daz getting purples. It's amazing. GT Racer in 5th place. I wonder if he's getting purples. He's getting purples as well. Can you believe it? Kale in 6th. He's also on purples. This is shocking. I'll get down to the group 3-4s in a minute. They won't be getting purples. So Gazman hunting down Kale now. It's only 9/10 between them. That is cracking. That was 17 seconds we saw Gazman behind. And we have seen him now moving up into the stratosphere. He's cut down his next person by nearly a second, chasing them down. Great stuff, but we'll have a look at those group 4s, see how close the Alien and Talleyrand. This is tight between Racer Brown, Talleyrand and Homesick Alien. Will sit on board with Racer Brown as we go around. It's crazy, I know. And we'll check out the battle ahead of us. Sorry, I was looking at my telephone. So, ooh, Racer Brown looking up the inside. No, Homesick's gone wide. Homesick has gone wide, and two of them, I repeat, 2 of them have got by. So Homesick Alien making a very, very small mistake there, and it's very much unlike him. But he's dropped down into 3rd place in that category as Talleyrand leads with Racer Brown in 3rd. It's so tight between them though. There is Talleyrand ahead of Racer Brown with Homesick Alien in 3rd. On there, Jaxie on board with the Mazda now. We will go and have a look at those group 3s in a second. But Homesick Alien, I don't know, he just looked like he went wide in the corner. That was all. One small little mistake and he's dropped back into 3rd place. Or maybe he feels doing a little bit too much damage to his tyres in this early part of the race. Maybe wishing to back out of it, grab a tow, save some fuel. That could be his strategy, as long as he can stay on pace with them. Possibly he thinks fuel saving, possibly didn't want to let both of them by, but we'll see how hard he fights. It's unusual pace out there. Still only 4 seconds, maintaining that distance ahead of Mr. Psycho. Supermanny dropping back to 4.3 seconds behind the Psycho, and he's 11.2 seconds ahead of Daz now. In 4th, GT Racer only 2.5 seconds behind Daz, and Gazman has got himself ahead of Kale. Kale having a moment maybe, but Kale having issues, whilst Gazman's still on the comeback. He's only got 11 seconds to find till he reaches GT Racer, and then there's only 2.5 seconds for Daz. So Gazman, a man possessed out there in his Mazda, chasing the time. Kale dropping down into 7th, and there is Talleyrand leading Racer Brown and Homesick Alien in the Group 4 category. Jim is in, oh god, 4th place. He's only 2.5 seconds ahead of Guesty, so Guesty, we saw he had an off on the first lap, and he is having a comeback. He's trying to catch Jim up. Joker's in 13th. Ooh, 7 seconds, 13th, sorry. That means he's in 6th. We've Noxie in 7th, 7 seconds behind Jokers, and Flashman 12.5 seconds behind the Noxter. Pace then 3.6 seconds, so Matt Psycho managing to pull a bit more time back, but Matt Psycho looks like he's burnt a little bit more fuel than Mr. Pace out there. Superman, he's got the most fuel on board. I think we're seeing Superman's strategy here. Avishka says go Super Manny, so it's all going on. I'm on my phone again, sorry. Done. Just texting Pizza Hut. So Pace is leading 3.5 seconds from Matt Psycho, who is 5.6 seconds ahead of Superman. Superman 12 seconds ahead of the Daz. Daz only 3 seconds ahead of GT Racer, nothing in it between them. Gazman on a comeback there, 11.8 seconds behind GT Racer, with Kale in 7th, 1.5 seconds behind Gazman. Then we've got the leader of the Group 4s. It's Talleyrand. He's found himself 0.8 of a second ahead of 2nd place Racer Brown, and Homesick Alien drifting a little bit further back. Let's have a look at the fuels. They're all the same. All the same fuel loads out there. And Rido, he says, I'll be back later. I'll be back. And he says, bye all. See you in a bit, Rido. You could have just paused it. I think it pauses. Never missed a minute of the action. So Jim in 11th, but Guesty has caught the Jimster up. And he's looking for a way past early doors, side by side. Beautiful stuff here from the two Group 4 races, a Subaru versus a Mazda, as they make their way around. And there you go, Guesty is up into 4th place. 1 second, I'm just going to mute this and ask someone to shut up because it's really distracting. So, oh no, who did we just see off? Jimbo. Oh, that's a tragedy. Where is it? Oh, see, I just saw out the corner of my eye. I was asking my nipper to stop shooting his cap gun in the background. Pat in the chat saying, go on, Matt, you can do it. And Jim there just losing a little bit to Guesty. Coming back, though. And Jokus is in 6th place. He's only a second ahead of Noxie. He's having a moment. He's having a moment in the BMW. He's off the road, and Noxie moves up into that 6th. Oh, Noxie's having a moment as well. Jokers is coming back in the Beamer, and Jokers gets the position back. Oh my word! Wow, super duper from Jokers and Noxie. They both made mistakes, but they both got them back again. And there is Jokers. He's finding that Beamer a handful, and Noxie back with him again. These guys are 14 seconds ahead of Flashman in 8th, 7th and 8th. Oh, I've lost track of their positions. 14th. Sod it, I'm going to do what GTSport tells me. So let's get on board with Noxie as he tries to grab a toe from Jokas. As they go down the very long straight. Look, they're hitting virtually the top of the Riv limiter at 160 miles an hour in these Group 4 cars. Oh, you can see there, Noxie just easing off, saving a bit of fuel, going into the corner, pretty wise, maybe thinks. Jokers is going a little too hot into that corner as they come around to complete their 2nd lap of 19. Although I do not believe the Group 4 cars are going to see 19 laps this evening. What do we reckon, 16? 16.5 laps for the Group 4 cars. Well, we will see. So that is Noxie chasing down Jokas. And they've slowed them down themselves a bit because it looked like Flashman starting to catch them up. With their small offs, Flashman staying nice and steady there at 9.12. Ahead of Noxie's 9.17. And Jokas's 9.18. Jim managing a 9.07, so Jim on an absolute push there. Guesty a 9.01, super lap time. Homesick Alien at 8.55, and he has really lost touch with the two leaders. Oh god, I pressed the wrong button again. But they were moving, they were having a race, weren't they? Kale has come back at Gazman. We saw Gazman was easy, well, they both caught a bit of air through there. And Gazman's trying to defend that spot. We know there's a super battle behind these guys as well, with Talleyrand and Racer Brown. There you go, Talleyrand and Racer Brown. Homesick Alien changing his strategy, possibly dropping back from these guys. But Talleyrand looks like he wants this win. I don't think he's had an endurance win, and I know he does like the Nurburgring. I think he found a love for it. I don't think he was too fussed. But I believe, if I remember rightly, it was the Lewis Hamilton time trial where he grew a bit of an appreciation for the actual, I don't know if the Nürburgring 24 is on the Lewis Hamilton, but I know the Nürburgring Nordschleife is where he found his love for the track. And Racer Brown, he is all up in his business. The battle at the back of the Group 3s. Oh, Kale having a big one, having a huge one as he chases down Gazman. And they are only 6 seconds behind GT Racer. Remember when they were 11 seconds behind him? GT Racer's lost Daz. Daz is 16 seconds there behind Supermanny. Supermanny is 6.6 seconds behind Mr. Psycho. And the gap between Mr. Psycho, Matt Psycho, and Pace hasn't grown all that much. There is Pace in his zone, flying around here, the Nürburgring, in his Lexus. And I believe he took part in the GTMC for a couple of races, did Pace, and he's a very fast boy. Also, another one entered into the AXR 12-hour... How is AXR anything like Alexa? Shut up. AXR... No, I didn't kick her off that time. How's that? So, Pace, I want to start muting her when I start doing these commentaries, because I seem to have endless conversations with Alexa. Oh, you don't go off now? Useless. Echo. So, Pace, 4 seconds. He's also entered into the 12-hour at Bathurst. That's coming up near the end of August for another racing group. Matt Psycho will be representing the SNLs in that. I'm telling you, it's a who's who's racing in the 12-hour of Bathurst. So Matt Psycho will be representing SNL in that race later in the month. Supermanny, I also believe, is in that race at Bathurst for 12-hour. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Mr. Groot did tell me numerous times how to say the name of their... I can't. I'll ask him again how it's said, but I'll just call it AXR for now. He's also entered in the Pace team, I believe. Daz also, I believe, is having a bash. It's a who's who, it really is. They're all in it. Daz is in it. Gazman's in it. Talleyrand's in it. They're all in it. So Daz making his way around, 17.7 seconds behind Supermanny and 9 seconds ahead of a GT Racer. But Daz, I must say, his tyres and fuel looking extraordinary. So GT Racer and that Subaru I thought would be better in the corners, but GT Racer really getting a used up set of tyres on the go there. He's losing a bit of grip. And Superman, he's okay. Tyre management. Daz's is a lot better. Matt Psycho, oh, he's used his tyres up a little bit more. Daz's are real clean on them tyres. With Pace, it's nothing between Pace and Matt Psycho, is it really? They're only 4.2 seconds apart on track, and their fuel and their tyres are barely different. Ooh, I think I'm going to have a little sip of my warm beverage, if you don't mind, guys. So further down, how is Talleyrand and Racer Brown doing? My word, look at them two battle it out. Let's get on board with Racer Brown for a few corners. This is the major fight out here is Talleyrand versus Racer Brown. Racer Brown looks like he's got a little bit of air, but I think Talleyrand's got that inside line when they get there. Who knows? There he goes, yes. So Talleyrand on it, and Homesick Alien only less than a second behind those guys. I thought Homesick Alien was having a rest in the background there in third place for the Group 4 category, and they are 23 seconds ahead of Guesty. Guesty has got himself ahead of Jim. So I'm not sure what happened to Jim, but Guesty now ahead in fourth. Did we see that move? I think I have a recollection of something like that happening. I'm not sure. Jim in 12th. Didn't Jim have a bit of an off and Guesty just whipped round? I can't remember. Noxie is ahead of Jokers. We saw them two battling earlier. It's only 2 seconds between the two of them, and Jokers down there in seventh, I think, with Flashman in 8th, and he's 15.8 seconds behind Jokas, and he's on it. Pace then 4.7 seconds as they... Wow, we're on lap 4 already, honestly. Wow. Bunting in the chat saying, go on Guesty and Racer Brown. I know. So, pace. Flying, absolutely flying at the moment. Matt Psycho. I think he might be backing off a bit for fuel. But you can see him in the distance. It's not a done deal here. Supermanny, he's 7.7 seconds adrift of these guys, and GT Racer is in. I said his tyres were looking a little bit... Oh, God, I can't keep up with him. But GT Racer has come into the pits, moving to the back of the Group 3 category. He's got about a minute before these three catch him up. These three loons, look at them. I should be watching these. I'm going to get messages saying, dude, we were racing that whole bloody race, and you were flicking around the Group 3 lot. What are you up to, you lunatic? So, Talleyrand still leading, Racer Brown and Homesick Alien. No sign of pitting from them, although it does look like the Alien has used his tyres up. They're about similar to Racer Brown's, aren't they? No. Excuse me, I coughed into my hand, but I think I cupped it towards the microphone, so I think you got it directed straight into you. Pat in the chat saying it really doesn't feel like 25 minutes. I bet it does for the guys in the race. Yeah, geez, I can't believe it's flown by this quick. Talleyrand still leading from Racer Brown. Oh, Racer Brown looks like he's going to make a move down the straight, and Racer Brown looks like he wants the lead. Talleyrand dipping straight into the toe, and now Racer Brown is leading, but he's on the mud. Woohoo! He kept it in together though, and Talleyrand... Maybe Talleyrand now just wants to tow. I'm sus every move. And Racer Brown taking the lead in his Mazda as he hits a cone. He's got Talleyrand sitting right up his jacksie, looking like he wants to get that first corner. Get down the inside for that first corner. Is Racer Brown going to defend for it or cut it up? No, they're both staying exactly where they are, and Homesick Alien catching them right up in the first corner of the newer GP track as they make their way around. My word, what a race between Racer Brown, Talleyrand and Homesick Alien we are having here. But it's Racer Brown's turn to lead. They've all had a turn. Homesick Alien first, then Talleyrand, and now Racer Brown is going for it. Guesty is 24 seconds behind these guys, and he's found 13 seconds on Jim. Jim losing a bit of time on that last lap, I believe. He hasn't gone over the line yet, has he? He has a 9:07 for Jim, with Guesty doing an 8:55. Yes, that'll do it. That's quite a differential. And Noxie, he's pulled 9 seconds out on Jokers. Jokers is having a bit of a moment. Flashman's getting some hope. He's going to see someone very soon, and it could be a Jokers. Jokers has got some damage on the front of the car. He's gone into the pits. He has decided this is the time. Oh, Flashman doing the same thing. Going just too hot into that last corner, but Flashman decides to continue on. Pace then out there. He's 8.2 seconds ahead. Oh my lord, Matt Psycho must have had a moment. And Supermanny is only 5 seconds now behind Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho may be under attack very soon. The fuel is exactly the same between Matt Psycho and Supermanny. Pace out there also. Oh, Pace has got a little bit more fuel than them. That man, what a guy. What a guy. Daz in 4th. He's 23.8 seconds behind Supermanny. He is 13 seconds ahead of the Gazman. Gazman, what a comeback. Unbelievable. It's like it was part of his plan. He gave everyone a chance, pulled over, let everyone go through, and then say, now watch this, as he rolled up his sleeves. Lesnar in the chat saying, go Supermanny, with a big love heart and flames. The flames. So, yes, Supermanny has got a following, guys. So, Kale chasing down Gazman, GT Racer, had his pit stop, and now he's 21 seconds adrift from his fellow South African Kale, LNR Kale. Kale getting the barrier to help him around that corner. And now we've got Racer Brown leading from Talaran by half a second. Homesick Alien dropping back 1.5 seconds from those guys. The battle for the first, second and third in the Group 4 category just continues on and on. Guesty, also another honour comeback. We saw him having an off in the first lap. He's already up into 4th place in the Group 4 category, ahead of Jim. 15.5 seconds now. Jim has lost on the Guestster, with Noxie 26.5 seconds behind Jim, 22 seconds ahead of a Flashman. And Jokers we saw popping into the pits. He's put mediums on, but not a lot of fuel. Interesting. I don't know if that was a mistake. Possibly. Oh, I think he might be regretting the Beamer. GT Racer pitting onto the mediums. Might be trying something. Oh, did he go mediums as well? Jokers has. Maybe they just can't believe the tyre wear. But after, like you say, nearly half an hour of racing. Yes, you're right. Good spot there, Pat. So GT Racer has gone for the mediums as well, and only half a tank of fuel. So very interesting strategies from these guys. I would have thought you'd top up if you put the mediums on. Maybe they just think they're not using the fuel, so why bother? And by the time they get back down to an empty fuel tank, the tyres will be torn. So Pace, he's looking after those tyres okay. He's nearly down to just over half a tank of fuel. He's 8.3 seconds ahead of a Matt Psycho. And we are 31 minutes into this race. That means roughly 2 hours left, guys. Have you got the staying power to hang it out with us? 5.5 seconds is Matt Psycho ahead of 3rd place Supermanny. Then we have a Daz in 4th. And Gazman are trying to catch Daz up. He did it at 8.21 his last time around. Daz doing it at 8.23. So these two, I believe, will be teammates in the next. I can't keep going on. It's just because that's the big news today. I saw the teams for the endurance. I'll be commentating for that, but it's a different channel. And we are on the Virtual Racers Club channel here. We will keep it on brand, my friends. Rizzler the Roller says, yes, boys. Pace and Manny. And oh yeah, and Pat's already told me about the medium tyres. I just missed a Rizzler the Roller. A Rizzler the Roller. I love your YouTuber name. It's cracking. And Kale. And we're watching at the moment, chasing down Gazman ahead of GT Racer. Let's have a look at how that battle is at the front of the Group 4s. And Racer Brown under immense pressure now from Talleyrand. Homesick Alien nearly 4 seconds behind these guys, but Talleyrand is absolutely beasting it behind Racer Brown. He's not giving Racer Brown an opportunity to rabbit in the lead of the Group 4 category, as Pace leads Matt Psycho and Supermanny. We have Talleyrand chasing Racer Brown, breaking into the... Oh, I don't know. That is the carousel, that one. It's not the mini carousel. That's the... Oh, no, Talleyrand! Talleyrand's dropped it! Talleyrand, oh, he's got it back on the track. Where is the Alien? Oh, God, wrong button. Sorry, guys. The Alien's 2.8 seconds, so Talleyrand didn't lose too much time from that wheel off. But his heart will be in his mouth, I imagine. And Homesick Alien 1.7 seconds behind the Talleyrand now. Homesick Alien's tyres really ailing out there. He's having a rough time with his tyres. Is Homesick Alien in that Mazda. Guesty 23 seconds, and he went for the mediums from the off, it looks like, because he hasn't been into the pits, so I didn't notice that. Guesty already on the mediums. Jim 21 seconds adrift. It looks like he's having a bit of tyre wear at the front there. Getting probably a bit of understeer as he's getting into the corners. In 5th place, 6th for Noxie. Tyres looking good on Noxie's car at the moment. 25 seconds adrift from Jim, 22 seconds ahead of Flashman in 7th, and Flashman only 10 seconds ahead of Jokas after he made his pit stop. He's on the medium tyres also. There's a few out there have opted for those mediums. And Mama Sykes in the chat saying, go Matt. Come on, Matt, you can do this. Gazman also dropping it like it's hot into the pits. And Kale also flying into the pits. I hope he doesn't get a bit of a glitch from that. And Gazman on his way, just a tyre change, kept the fuel. Back onto the softs. Kale coming in. They're not. Oh, he's got a bit of damage, so I think he did hit. Sometimes if you hit the barrier too hard as you come into the pits, it resets you back to the track. GT Racer then. He's going to gain a place, is he? I'm not sure. It looks like he should. Yes. So there is Cal getting some new fresh tyres. What's he gone for? He's gone for softs also, no fuel. And there's GT Racer going up into 6th place on his mediums. Can he keep Cal at bay on those medium tyres? Racer Brown, meanwhile, 1.5 seconds ahead of Talleyrand, as Homesick 3 seconds, but I think Homesick's Alien's tyres are gone. There we see Pace, 8.6 seconds. He can't build on that gap, and his tyres are starting to look quite frail at this point, similar to Matt's Psychos. And how far will they dare take these soft tyres? Supermanny, similar tyre wear also, all three on the softs, all around. No, he's 16 seconds behind Pace and 7 seconds behind Mr. Psycho, but it all can change in a pit stop. Daz is 30 seconds behind them and 38 seconds ahead of Gazman, but we saw Gazman nipping into the pit, but Daz's tyres absolutely ultra not used. They're great stuff from Daz there on the Toyota Supra, really looking after his tyres. Gazman with a fresh set of softs on. GT Racer and Kale side by side, and Kale moving ahead on those soft tyres. GT Racer, I don't think he minds, he just wants to keep on going. He's on the mediums, he's playing the long game here. Racer Brown still ahead of Talleyrand, but Talleyrand's drawn very much closer to the leader of the Group 4 cars. 6/10 behind, and is Homesick Alien going to visit the pits? They're coming through the stadium part of the track. He's already gone past, hasn't he? Yes. So he's going around again, and look at those fronts. They are really, really torn for the Alien in his Mazda. Guesty not gaining on him any though, but Guesty's mediums looking okay at the moment. Guesty playing the long game, 23 seconds ahead of the Jimster. Jim doing a 907.8 last time around. His tyres are looking quite healthy also, and Guesty an 857. We see Noxie coming around. He's also looked after his tyres quite well. Splendid driving there from Noxie. He's 27 seconds ahead of Flashman, and Jokas there. He's trying to catch Flashman up, but he's quite away after his pit stop. It'll come back to him though when everyone pits. It surely will. So how is Racer Brown and Talleyrand? These are the closest battle we have on the track at the moment. And Racer Brown leading by 0.6 of a second from Talleyrand. Talleyrand taking a wide angle through that corner so he can get a tighter exit and try and get on the back of Racer Brown as they go through to the old track. You can see Homesick Alien just there in the distance, gingerly coming around those corners. And with that front tyre wear, his understeer must be absolutely atrocious. Matt Psycho then 8.7 seconds in second place behind KLM Pace. These guys will go up against each other near the end of August. Well, they might not be on the same stint as each other, but they'll be on opposing teams. Matt Psycho very close, 4 points I believe from winning the HPEC for the VRC this season. Racer Brown just snatching that championship away from him. Talleyrand out there, he won the Max 5s recently, and Homesick Alien is in with a shout with the WRX Challenge. There are championships that we've got going on at the moment, and everyone in there has either won it or they're gonna win it. In the chat, Pat saying 3 stops looks likely for most by the look of things. Not sure most of those tyres will want to go around for a 6th time. Yeah, especially Homesick Aliens. Pace's tyres. Oh no, Pace's he looked like it was Super Manny that was looking after his tyres. They're about similar now to Matt Psycho's, with Daz 27.7 seconds behind. It's a bit of a lonely race for Daz out there. He's just done his fastest lap though with an 8:21.874. And Gazman are trying to catch him up, but he pitted that last lap. He's still on an out lap. It's a long out lap. So Gazman will be on better tyres than Daz soon, but Daz really looking after his tyres at this point in the race. His tyres and his fuel. It's like he's almost managing it. Kale, he's got past GT Racer on those soft tyres, but GT Racer's going to go longer, further, bigger, harder than Kale will be able to. So I believe GT Racer will come back at Kale later in the race. Racer Brown 4/10 ahead of Talleyrand. It's such a struggle to keep cutting away. Homesick Alien now 10 seconds behind this battle for the lead of the Group 4 category, and Talleyrand not giving Racer Brown a second to breathe. How's everyone doing out there? Oh my word. Still with us after 40 minutes of racing. Oh, is that... I thought that was Racer Brown going towards the wall, but he got his Mazda slowed down just in time, but it's given Talleyrand the opportunity to get right up behind him. His double exhaust there to sniff the fumes. Homesick Alien 10.7 seconds behind these guys in 3rd place. And I think his tyres, he's having tyre woes, tyre wear woes. It's tyre wear woes. As Racer Brown leads from Talleyrand. These two having an absolute battle for the last 41 minutes. Their arms must be killing them. Unbelievable. And they still continue on. We're getting to that point now though, where mistakes can happen. 40 minutes of racing, and it's a rather warm day. So these guys could be losing a little bit of concentration. Starting to feel a little tired out there. And these two have had to race on it non-stop all the way through. Racer Brown, an 8:54 his last time around with Talleyrand. There is Super Manny, the first one to pit. So Pace and Matt Psycho continue on. Matt Psycho losing a further second to Pace out there. Pace at an 8:15 on his last tour around, with Matt Psycho doing 8:17.5. Super Manny is in the pits. It's going to be just tyres in it. It doesn't seem like anyone's bothering to fuel up in this first one. So Super Manny, another set of softs, do we think? Yes, back on with the softs, and he's out, but Daz is very close. It's showing him very close. Daz, with absolutely hardly any tyre wear, is now on the tail of Super Manny, but Super Manny's got a superior grip to Daz at the moment, but Daz is giving it some welly as he goes up the hill chasing down a Super Manny. Super Manny pitted and came back out in 3rd, but only less than a second ahead of the Toyota Supra of Daz. And Daz though has got a bit more tyre wear. His tyres, I can't believe they're 42 minutes old, those tyres. 6 laps old on Daz's car. He is something else, isn't he? So Daz looking after those tyres unbelievably. Gazman with that pit stop, he's not managing to make anything great inroads into Daz at the moment, but when Daz does pit, then Gazman is going to be there. But it looks like Daz is going to try and do this. Can he do it in a 1-stop? What's a 1-stop? What's a 1-stop? Let me try and do some quick math. 2 9s are 18, so it's a 9 lap and a 10 lap stint if you wanted to do a 1-stop. And I don't know if he's going to get those tyres all the way for another 3 laps. Who knows? Possibly. You can't count it out. Kale on a push, he's getting a purple. He's probably through the first sector, but still. Gasman, 24 seconds ahead of Kale in 6th. With GT Racer with those medium tyres, we think he's going to go for a long middle stint, and Talleyrand's in the lead. What has happened here? I'll see if I can do anything. Did someone just tell me? Did I not even? No, we've run out of we've run out of replays now. We're not getting replays at this point in the race. I pressed it, it didn't work. I'll see again. No replays now. We've run out of tape. So Pat saying a wild prediction is Daz one to watch for maybe trying a one stop, or is that a ridiculous thought for a race like this? Another 4 laps could be hard, though he defo has the fuel. Yeah, no, I was just thinking that out loud myself. Honestly, I thought that before I read your thing. I promise you, Pat. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Daz is ridiculously looking after those tyres. He has got enough fuel. I mean, look at Daz's tyres to, say, Homesick Aliens tyres. Look at that. He's got no meat on the front of that car whatsoever. He's 12.5 seconds behind Racer Brown. Surely he's got to come into the pits this time. No? Whee! Jumping over the curbs? No, he's gone past the pits, hasn't he? So, Homesick Alien handling those tyres. He did a 9.06 that last lap, though. What's Guesty doing behind him? Guesty's pulled some timing. Guesty was like 20 odd seconds behind me. 8.57 for Guesty on the medium tyres. Homesick Alien, you may have to go in. Oh, have we not passed the pits yet? We have. He's on lap 6. Yeah, 20 seconds into the lap 6. So Homesick Alien living with those tyres, but it looks like Guesty chasing him down. Meanwhile, Talleyrand is leading. His tyres not looking as chewed up as Homesick Aliens, but he's not pulling away from Racer Brown. Racer Brown keeping track of Talleyrand out there, the Subaru leader. Guesty looks like he's good on those mediums. He's doing an 8.58, which is nearly 10 seconds, was it? Oh no, 8 seconds faster than the Alien. Jim has come into the pits. So Jim was 27 seconds ahead of the Noxie. Noxie's just coming up to the final part of the track. Noxie isn't interested in pits. He pitted. Did he pit already? I don't think he has he? He's looking after them tyres as good as Daz. And Flashman has pulled himself a lot closer. Jokers has pulled himself a lot closer to Flashman. And 9.14 from Flashman last time around. He's going some tyre wear there at the front of his car. And Joker's on those medium tyres, and 9.14 from him last time. So very similar pace on Flashman's used and Joker's brand new mediums. Used softs against the brand new mediums. Pace 10.7 second lead in this race now. He is absolutely owning the Nurburgring 24 hours with Matt Psycho 32 seconds ahead of Supermanny, but Supermanny made that pit stop, so he's got a lot more grip than the guys ahead of him. Daz, unbelievable. We think, me and Pat have a theory, he could be trying to go for a one stop here, and we are 47 minutes into this 2.5 hour race. Check it out. Gasman in 5th, 31 seconds behind Daz, having to make that pit stop and trying to come back at those guys. Sorry, I'm on my phone again. Just checking. There isn't anything that needs to be... So, yeah, just checking. Sorry, guys. Pace is leading 11.3 seconds ahead of Mr. Psycho. Matt Psycho 31 seconds ahead of Supermanny, who pitted, don't forget, and is on the fresher tyres, trying to bring it back to the leaders in this race. We have Daz in 4th spot. We believe going for a one stop, even though it seems ridiculous and impossible. That is what Daz is reaching for. Gasman is in 5th on those fresher tyres, trying to come back at Daz. with Kale in 6th, 24.7 seconds adrift. We saw he pitted as well, and GT Racer on the medium tyres, 16 seconds behind Kale in 7th. Then we have Talleyrand leading the Group 4 cars, only half a second ahead of Racer Brown. That is crazy. Look, and Homesick Alien was in that battle, has dropped 19 seconds, and he's off the road because he's got no front end grip. Why is he not pitting now? Guesty, what's going on with Guesty? Because Guesty in 11th has been slowly chipping away at Homesick Alien's advantage ahead of him. And it's 10 seconds now, 9 seconds. Homesick Alien's got to start getting nervous with the medium-clad Guesty hunting him down, with Jim in 12th, 1 minute behind Guesty, but he has pitted to get some fresh tyres on. Noxie only 2.2 seconds behind Jim on the older, the original set of tyres that he started with. And he looks like he's catching him up. Pace is in the pits. What is Matt Psycho going to do? Is he going to follow suit, or is he going to continue on? He also has come into the pits. Supermanny, I believe, does not need to pit, but he's 29 seconds. He's only 29 seconds. What did he lose in a pit stop? Oh, 35 seconds, possibly. 35 seconds in a pit stop. And Pace, he was, what was he, 11.5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho was 30 seconds ahead of Supermanny. Can Supermanny come through to grab that second spot from Matt Psycho before they go out onto the track? It says he has no pace. Is out. Pace is out. Supermanny is in second, and Matt Psycho has not started moving yet. We believe he's fueling up. He's put the softs on, and he's put in 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Supermanny and Daz, he's not going for the one stop. He's coming in also. Doesn't even need to. He's hardly used those tyres. Save them. So Gazman's only 30 seconds behind Daz. Maybe that's why Daz has decided. Maybe he feels he's losing too much time to Gazman and has changed it to a 2-stop. Kale, 28 seconds behind the Scottish, what do they call that train? Scottish Flyer thing. The Flying Scotsman. There you go. I got there in the end. Mark in the chat saying this looks like most of the guys I raced with in SNL. There's a few from SNL in there, yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're all friends. It's incestuous. You know, these racing groups. You got the VRC, SNL. Used to have the SBR, but I think they're full throttle now. You got AXR. You got ESR. They love their initials, these racing groups. They love a good initial. So Pace is 4 seconds ahead of Supermanny. Would you, Adam and Evit? What a turnaround from Supermanny. And Matt Psycho opting to take a bit more in the pit stop. I can't believe the top three are only 8 seconds apart after 51 minutes of racing. GT Racer, he's back in with those mediums. We thought he was going to go for a long run, but we're not so sure now. Talleyrand, what's he going to do? Because his front tyres are pretty mullered at this point. Ow, Racer. Oh, there's Homesick. Sorry, I thought they were Racer Browns. And what are the leaders going to do in the Group 4? Guesty's only 6.1 seconds behind Homesick Alien, and this is sick. Unbelievable. What a sick race this is turning out to. It's cracking stuff. Sick doesn't sound right, but it's what my kids say, so I thought I'd get it all young and trendy like, innit? Like, bruv. Little L in the chat saying, come on, Homesick. And you are right, he is. He's going to turn this one around. Although he's aiming to get a full red on those tyres. I believe Talleyrand. Oh, they're nowhere near the pitch yet, so I imagine these guys are going to jump into the pits. Pace then leading 4.7 seconds ahead of Supermanny, who is 4.4 seconds ahead of third place, and Matt Psycho. It never ends. Little L saying fam like, innit, yeah? It's fam. Don't worry, when I was young we had silly words. Everything was suave. That's suave, man. That's suave dudes. That's so suave dudes. You know, suave or mustard. But I think mustard was even older than that. Everything was mustard. That's mustard. So Pace out there, 4.1 seconds ahead of Supermanny. I think a fellow Pace racer. It does say we are Pace on the front of Supermanny's car. And oh my god, that's a tricky name. Gonui. Gonui Gestion Oar says, with the state of those tyres, they must be feeling homesick on Homesick's car. They certainly are, you are right. And Mark in the chat saying, glad I found some of the old crew I can watch again. Lord knows I packed the pace to actually race, lol. I packed the pace to actually race. Hey. So pace out there, 3.8 seconds ahead of Supermanny. Supermanny is catching up. Mr. Pace at this moment. Matt Psycho, 4.9 seconds behind. You got Racer Brown has come in, Talleyrand has come in, and Homesick is hoping to get in. Can he even turn into the pits with those tyres? There he goes, he comes in, and his tyres sigh with relief. And Guesty also on the mediums. Very interesting, Guesty coming into the pits. I thought he'd continue on, but no. So Noxie a minute behind these guys, 2 seconds ahead of Jim. Hang on, let me get things right here. So Jim, he pitted, didn't he, on that last lap? That's how Noxie's got ahead of him by 1.2 seconds. But Jim catching up very fast on the racing softs. Mark said lacked pace, I mean. Dude, don't worry. Why do you think I'm talking about it instead of racing? I can't drive. So Jokus in 14th, he's 50. I'm not saying you can't drive, Mark. Honestly, that's not how that was meant to come out. I just mean, yes, I know your pain. So this is the way I get involved. I sit here and talk about it. And Flashman 14 seconds behind Jokas. So what a race we're having at the moment. Gonui. Lol, my name is tricky to say, so calling me Jay is okay. Okay, Jay? We're going to go with Jay, okay. Oh, because of the Gestion. I want to say it though. Gonui. Okay, Jay, I'll stick to Jay. It sounds easy enough to handle. I think I can do it. So, Pace is out there. He is only 3 seconds. Supermanny is really taking this race by the scruff of the neck at 55 minutes on lap 7 of 19. And Supermanny has come to life. He early pitted and he is catching up Pace. Unless Pace is trying to... Oh, Pace really filled up the fuel as well, didn't he? And Matt Psycho 4.4 seconds behind the South Africans, with Gazman 43 seconds adrift from Matt Psycho in 4th place, and Daz is 3.2 seconds behind Gazman. We've got a race on here between Gazman and Daz. Unbelievable stuff. This is cracking. Kale. Oh, Mark, if you're missing the guys, they're going to be racing again on their other channel, on the SNL channel. I believe Sunday is it kicks off again for their season. So Kale in 6th place, with GT Racer in 7th. Oh, look at me advertising everyone's leagues. I love it. Anyone else? ESR have got BTCC going on at the moment. They're on Facebook. Crack on. LNR. I haven't looked at LNR lately, but they're all fast, those South Africans, so you can't race them. So Talleyrand got out of the pits ahead of Racer Brown. Was it a fuel stop? Or was it fuel, I mean? No. So somehow Talleyrand is ahead of Racer Brown again as they make their way around. Homesick Aliens come out of the pits, but he's got that 30-second deficit on the 2 leaders, and he's only 4 seconds ahead of Guesty, who surprised us by coming into the pits. He's gone for mediums again. Guesty. Well, why not? It's going to work for him. He could catch up. The Alien. I don't think we've seen anyone lapped as of yet as well. Very cool. Nearly an hour into it, and the Group 3 cars have not come across those Group 4s on track. So Noxie in 13th behind Jim. So Jim's got ahead, has he not, of Noxie? Because I thought Jim was behind Noxie. And Noxie's still not pitting. Those tyres are looking pretty torn, with Jokas in 14th on those mediums. That BMW is tearing its tyres apart. We saw Jokas coming into the pits earlier, but he's just done his fastest with a 914.505, and he's 12 seconds ahead of Flashman, who did pit. Oh no, he pitted earlier as well. He pitted the lap before, sorry. I apologise. Right then, there's been a lot of chat since, so Jay saying close, thank you, man. Layla retracted Lilel retracted her message. Jay saying I saw that. Pat saying it gonna wee. Sounds like you've gone back to Newcastle. Oh, hey man. And Oh, he's going to... Jay's saying, lol, it's actually Goniwi. Goniwi. And L saying, lol, soz. And Mark saying, season 3 might have to watch. Hopefully, Williams have a good season. Lil L saying soz. And Rizzler the Roller saying, hectic, my bruh. Innit? Ooh, me, I'm hectic, or the race is hectic. You're trying to chill, ain't you, Rizzler? I can tell by your username, man. You like to chill. You like to just lay back. Take life a little easy, you know, man. Oh yeah. And Jay saying Jenna. And Rizzler the Roller saying disappointed but not surprised. Who with me? I don't know why. I didn't do anything wrong, I promise. So pace 5.6 second lead on Super Manny. My word. Super Manny. So he's had to raise the pace. He's had to go a bit faster. Has pace. I can't say he's got to lift the pace or picked up the pace, because he's called Pace, so he's gone a little faster. Has pace. Super Manny 5.6 seconds, and Matt Psycho 2 seconds behind Super Manny. What's gone off up at the top here? They're as close as a gnat's nut. So Gazman in for 47.7 seconds behind Matt Psycho, but only 2.7 seconds ahead of the Toyota Supra of Daz, and he doesn't even use his tyres. So Gazman has to watch his back. He's already got a little bit of red at the top there. The Flying Scotsman has got to watch his back. Kale in 6th. Did I miss another racing league? I'm trying to think of the leagues I know. SNL, Sunday night league. Sunday night league, yeah, they're SNL. So LNR, Kale, is out there at the moment. He's 22 seconds adrift from Daz, and he's 53 seconds ahead of GT Racer. 2 stops down though already. He's put the softs on though. He didn't like the mediums. He thought, sod that, get rid. Talleyrand and Racer Brown, my word, we could have spent the whole hour watching these two. It could have been the Racer Brown and Talleyrand show. They haven't left each other. They haven't left each other's side at all. They're inseparable. 24 seconds, so Homesick Aliens found 6 seconds on them two as they're racing each other. This could play into Homesick Aliens' hands, because they slow each other down as they race, and Homesick Alien can get a good run going into a rhythm. Although I don't know how you can find a rhythm around the Nurburgring, a 24-hour. There is no way. It's one corner after another, and it's cambers here, cambers there, up and down. It's crazy racing. So Guesty 58 seconds. Jim, I believe Jim and Guesty weren't that far apart on the track, so I don't know if Jim has had a small issue there or what. But no, it was Noxie and Jim that were close, sorry. And it's only 3 seconds between Jim and Noxie now, and it's getting very, very tight. So Trivs saying, someone get this commentator a beer, man. Top job. Oh, thanks, dude. That's too kind. Let's go Team Pace. Come on, Team Pace. And Lil L saying, more like a Red Bull. I love a Red Bull. Ay. And Jill saying, come on, Homesick. And Random says, come on, Homesick. Go on, Homesick as well. I'll go. I'm like a fart. I'll go with the wind. Whoever's saying come on, I'll root for him. So pace 7.1. So he's got back into his rhythm now. Has pace. He's starting to pull away from Super Manny. Those newer racing soft tyres working well for him. He's getting purples. Super Manny is slipping back to Matt Psycho. Let us get on board with Mr. Psycho. I know we've got some close racing out there between Talleyrand and Racer Brown, but let's see a little bit of these group threes going up against each other. Mr. Psycho hunting down his prey here in the wilderness, somewhere in the outback of Germany. We can see in between the forests a mad psycho hunting down its prey. Mark in the chat saying, get this man a tui. Jay saying, mode 7, Manny, mode 7, nice. And a Rizzler the Roller, is there a mandatory tyre to be used? No, it's free choice, I believe. Little L saying, come on, Homesick, with a lot of emojis. Love heart, little love heart, little love heart, another love heart, star, smiley face with hands on cheeks. face looking upwards, face with smiley, laughy, cryy eyes. There you go. I emoticoned for you. As Matt Psycho trying to catch up a Super Manny screaming at his pit lane at the moment. I need more speed. I need more. And their pace there, 7 seconds. He's not flying away from Super Manny in the lead of this race. Gazman holding fast in that 4th place, but Daz is catching him up. So we've got 2 little battles bubbling in the Group 3s with Matt Psycho and Super Manny, and Gazman and Daz. Kale is at 19 seconds adrift of those guys in 6th, with GT Racer in 7th, having an extra pit stop to everyone else. Talleyrand and Racer Brown are still at it. 3/10 apart are the 2 Group 4 leaders. Talleyrand leading in his Scooby, with the Mazda very close behind. Homesick Alien, 26 seconds adrift for them in 3rd, just ahead of Guesty. Let's have a look. Butchers. Let's have a little Butchers on board with Racer Brown. Racer Brown's gone for the move. Up the inside, going up the hill on the new GP track. Or the GP track. It's not that new anymore, is it? Michael Schumacher designed that track apparently, or he had a word about designing it, and it looks like, oh my lord, Racer Brown is writing checks. His ego's writing checks that his body can't pay, or whatever the saying is. I can't remember. I don't watch Top Gun. I'm not a girl. Oh, more chat. I love it. Come on, give it to me. Lesnar, come on, Super Manny. Hashtag pace. Pat in the chat saying free choice on tyres, racing soft, medium, or probably not used, the hards. And Mark in the chat saying it's pronounced 2E, a best New Zealander beer. Oh yeah, 2E. G'day. You got a 2E? Oh yeah. Bonza. So Jay saying Matt Psycho Oucha revving the Mazda like a rotary. He loves it. Rizzler the Roller saying Black Label Matwana. It's the one. I'm telling you, I'm going to write all these down. I want to go on Amazon and see what beers they can bring me. So pace 9.5 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny, oh my word, is only half a second between Matt Psycho and Super Manny. Super Manny's tyres slightly tainted, where Matt Psycho's are looking fresh, bruv. And he's getting a nice tow down the straight from the Toyota, is it? I think it's Toyota. Super Manny is donning. It is. The car in front is a Toyota. The car that was in front was a Toyota. Now it's a Mazda. And there you go. Matt Psycho, a great, taking second place in the tow of the Toyota. Super Manny back into his third place though. Ooh, oh no. Oh dear, we've had a little bit of contact there. I think Super Manny there waiting off the racing line. Who's next to come? Gazman's on his way. No, Gazman has got his hands full of Daz. Daz has got through. Daz is moved up into... It was Daz, wasn't it? Yes, I think Daz was chasing Gazman. I'm losing track. Super Manny is on his way with Matt Psycho. My words. That was a little issue there with now pace has got 20-second lead on Mr. Psycho. Mr. Psycho's race is with this man today, Super Manny, it seems. Daz then, I believe, just taking the position from Gazman as we cut back. I've got no replays to show you, and yes, it's them tyres in it. Daz, he's on some fresh rubber there, and he looks after him, and he's on a flyer. With Gazman in 5th, 40 seconds ahead of Kale, who's 45 seconds ahead of GT Racer. GT Racer struggling to keep that Subaru on the track. Look how mullered it is up at the front. That's scuffed, mate. Talleyrand only just leading from Racer Brown. 3/10. Is it ever any further than 3/10? These guys are intense. I don't know about 3/10. It's intense between Talleyrand and Racer Brown. Pat saying they'll have to compete with Brewdog for your seal. I love a bit of Brewdog, me. Get me an IPA. Jay saying, ooh, that looked painful. It did. It looked a bit tough. And Lil L saying, yeah, R.I.P. And Vishkar saying, good job, Super Manny. Oh, come on. Hey, what? Good job for letting him pass. Redressing, you mean? Not. Ooh, why can't I get back in car? There you go. Oh, I thought I broke it. I've got to come out the car if I want to change cars. I forget that. So pace 20 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho 2.9 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny's low on fuel. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel left, with Matt Psycho's half a tank of fuel. Daz then, the surprise of the day. Look at him coming back. But Gazman though, Gazman's done a cracking job, remember. He fell right back behind the Group 4 cars on lap 1 and struggled to get past them all. Kale is in 6th. Sorry, I've pressed the wrong button then. I just thought I should be looking at Kale and I'm looking at GT Racer. But there's Kale, 45 seconds adrift from Gazman, 30 seconds ahead of GT Racer. His tyres are looking pretty good at the moment. GT Racer in 7th, Talleyrand leading. Oh my lord, he's pulled a second out on Racer Brown. I didn't think those two cars could get that far apart. I thought it would be like, oh, I can't remember the film with Rutger Hauer in the 80s. Where they had, like, they're in prison and they had a partner, and if they went too far away from their partner, their heads would pop. It would have been such a cool reference if I'd remembered the name of the film. So here we go, let's have a look. OJ saying Springboks versus Lions preview. Rizla the Roller saying ha ha ha. Rizla the Roller is yeah. And Jay saying don't mention the score, lol. Oh, I don't know the score, bro. And Previn saying go Super Manny. Rizla the Roller is not coming. Oh, I'm not saying it. That's not fair. Said no spoilers, man. So Racer Brown 1.3 seconds behind Talleyrand. Homesick Alien 21. So Homesick Alien is starting to bring it back to the boys ahead. Guesty is only 4.9 seconds though behind the Alien. He's on those medium tyres. What pace is Guesty finding on those mediums? Pat saying, you mean Talleyrand and Racer Brown aren't tied together? No, I thought that was it. I thought they were all, I can't remember the Rutger Hauer film. Hang on. This is when Google is my best friend, but I won't commentate because I can't do two things at the same time. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to spell Rutger Hauer. Rutger. Yeah, that's right. Google knew what I wanted. Where's his films? Movies. I know it. I know it. It was called... No. 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 None of them. Oh, it's not looking good. I'm sure. Maybe I just dreamt that I watched the film that he was in, where it was like a prison camp, but there was no walls, because if they went outside the boundary, they needed to find their... Wedlock! Is that what you said, Pat? No, tied together. Wedlock. That was the film. It was awesome. Trust me. How irritating. A prison with no walls, but you needed to find who your partner was, your neck bomb partner, and you could easily escape, but no one knew who their neck partner was. Bomb partner. It was cracking. I loved it. Little L saying yes. Homesick. Come on. Layla, not Leela. Did I say something right? I said Little L. I try not to say your name. And Jay saying, now you know my pain, Layla. Oh, with the names. Sorry, did I say it wrong? I'll try and say Lil L. Layla Lop. So there is pace leading, 19.9 seconds. Oh, the blue flags are out, finally, on lap 9. Around about halfway, just under halfway, we're starting to see the Group 3 cars catching up with the leaders. There's Matt Psycho. He's pulled another 2 seconds out on Super Manny. Super Manny's tyres starting to look like they're paining him somewhat. Daz there on a super drive. He's pulled well away from Gazman. Oh, Gazman really wants to go and change those tyres pretty soon. They're looking scuffed up. Kale in 6th, 41 seconds adrift from Gazman. His tyres are looking a lot better, but his fuel is pretty low. Oh, so's Gazman. So I believe these two will probably be pitting at a similar time. And GT Racer, he's on half tank fuel. He went back onto those soft tyres, did his fastest lap the last time around with an 8:22.185 against Kale did an 8:45 and it wasn't a pit stop. Ouch. Racer Brown going for a move of the inside of Talleyrand, and there you go. Done, dusted, thank you very much, and goodbye. Wow, we were lucky to catch that, man alive, and never get that lucky. So, Racer Brown, here in the wild of the Nurburgring. Often we don't see such an overtaking move, but here, in front of our very eyes, we saw Racer Brown have a pop at Talleyrand. So 4/10 is the difference. R is the difference. It's the difference between Racer Brown and Talleyrand. Homesick Alien, 22 seconds, slowly chipping it away. Done his fastest of the race so far with an 8:51.6. Talleyrand doing an 8:52. Is his fastest, but his last lap was an 8:55. Racer Brown's fastest 8:50.5. So that makes Racer Brown the fastest man of the Group 4s, unless some of the guys behind are any faster. We will check it out in a minute. But that battle is raging on and on between Racer Brown and Talleyrand, with Homesick Alien on a comeback. Guesty in 11th. He did a 52. They're all doing their fastest laps now. He did a 52 on medium tyres. I do not believe it. It's unbelievable. I do declare. So Jim, 1 minute behind the Guesty, and he's pulled some time out on Noxie. We saw Noxie was rather close to the Jimster, but he's dropped back. He did a 9:50. Oh, he's done a pit stop. That's why. Here we go. We missed a pit stop. Sorry, guys. A lap ago. So Noxie coming into the pits, putting some brand new tyres on to come back at Jim, but Jim's doing okay with tyre wear at the moment. Joker's 31 seconds adrift of Noxie. His fuel's down and his tyres are hurting, and Flashman's caught him right up. He's only 1 second behind. Come on, Flashman. Nothing against Joker's, but Flashman's been on the back for a while now. Someone else's turn, I believe. He's getting the blue flags as well. Oh, shall we stay on board? There goes Joker's. So Joker's moves back into 8th place, whilst Flashman moves up into 7th. In the chat, we have Layla saying hello, Rizla the Roller saying dated a Layla and a Leela and a Lola. Her name was Lola. L-O-L-A Lola. It's alright, Rizla, your secret is safe with me. Jill saying, keep that foot down, Homesick. Jay saying, and how does that make you feel? Lil L saying, I don't know. Rizla the Roller saying, Jay, disappointed but not surprised. Jay saying, did you ever feel the love, Riz? And Rizla the Roller saying, hey, what's love? What's love got to do? Oh, we just missed that Psycho pity lapping Flashman because I was busy reading comments, sorry. What's love got to do? Got to do with it. So Flashman in his Hyundai. He's ahead of Joker's. He's got good tyres there. He's just done his fastest lap of the race, a 9:08.133, and Flashman is on the go. Pace now 20 seconds. He's still maintaining that 20 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Gazman coming into the pits. We saw he was low on fuel. What does that mean for Kale? It's around about 40. Is it? No, 30 seconds. It depends if they're putting fuel in, I guess. It could be up to 40 odd seconds, 45 seconds for the pit stop if he puts a lot of fuel in, and that will put Kel bang into contention. But I think Kel's probably going to pit at the end of this lap as well. GT Racer is really catching up Kel at the moment. 8:22 from GT Racer. Kel doing an 8:45. Oh yeah, we saw that, and it wasn't even a pit stop. It might be something to do with a couple of those dents on the front of Kel's car. Ooh, just keeping it on the track there for Kale. Super duper. That Lexus disappearing into the pit stops. Will GT Racer continue on? He's got enough fuel and enough meat on those tyres to crack it in. Talleyrand and Racer Brown, a 10th between them. Here we go again. It's the Talleyrand and Racer Brown show. So Kale into the pits. We saw pace leading from Matt Psycho, and I think I saw a little bump draft there from Racer Brown. Are they worried about the alien? Are they worried about that homesick alien slowly catching the two of them up? And Racer Brown, is that another bump draft there? Oh, homesick alien doesn't stand a chance against this, does he? So Racer Brown and Talleyrand seeming to work together at the moment to try and stay out of that alien's way, because they know if he gets a small whiff of their exhaust fumes, he is a dangerous, dangerous person. Back in the chat, Pat saying they're not dents, they're aerodynamic alterations. I like it on Kale's car. And Jay saying the battle has to be NSFW. Not suitable for work. Oh, this battle has to be not suitable for work. I was trying to work it out. I was going through the initials in my head. But yes, Talleyrand and Racer Brown, I think they're working together there. Conspiring against the alien, making it harder for him, but he's still 19.5 seconds. He's found another couple of seconds on those two ahead, so I don't believe it's helping the bump drafting. But Talleyrand still there, 3/10 ahead of Mr. Brown, with Homesick Alien in third, Guesty in fourth. Only 4 seconds. I can't believe the pace. I can't believe the pace of that car on medium tyres, I tell thee. So Guesty on a tear, absolute burn of a drive from Guesty out there. We saw he had a massive off, huge off in the first lap, and look at him now, 4th place in his category, 4.4 seconds behind the alien, and nearly a minute ahead of Jim. Jim is 48 seconds ahead of the Knox, and Flashman is 7th ahead of Joker. Oh, Joker's going for a detour out there in 8th place, and he's getting caught up, I think, by the Daz. The Daz is coming along. Let's have a look what it's like to lap a Group 4 car here. There you go. Oh, that was quite polite of... who was that? Joker's, wasn't it? So in the chat, Jill saying, keep chipping away, Homesick. And Mrs. Guesty, come on, Guesty. Ah, oh, so sweet. Jay saying, you know the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So Talleyrand and Racer Brown are defo working together. The conspiracy is out there. We know it all. So Daz, having a super race, looks after his tyres really well, has left Gazman back there. Gazman recently pitted. Oh yeah, we saw his tyres were pretty torn, and he had low fuel. GT Racer ahead of Kale after Kale's pit stop. Kale filling right up and putting some softs on, and a GT Racer managing to grab 20 seconds. He's got good fuel, but I think he will be pitting in the next lap or two. We're on 10 laps. We're an hour and 20 minutes into this race. How good is that? Pace is 20 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is just coming up to lap, I think that was Noxie, I believe. And there goes a Matt Psycho in his Group 3 car. This is where it's going to start getting interesting, when there's cars dotted around. Superman-y, 6.3 seconds behind Matt Psycho, but he's on the low of the fuel. He's going to have to drop it into the pits when he comes around again. And Matt Psycho looking good on fuel, but pace is absolutely beaming on fuel. Daz okay with fuel and tyre wear, but a little bit too far. Well, yeah, he's a little bit too far back from Superman to make an impression. Ooh, he slowed right down. What's that? Oh, he seemed like he slowed right down there. That was weird. So Gazman had an absolutely cracking race, in all fairness. And the way where we saw him behind the top 3 of the Group 4 cars, having to fight his way past. He lost 17 seconds on the pack, and he's managed to get himself ahead of GT Racer and Kale so far, and he's pretty close to Daz when the pit stops all shake out. Kale trying to chase down a GT Racer on his racing soft tyres. He's on a push in his Lexus, but GT Racer in the Subaru keeping it all steady Eddie. And Rizla saying X-Files music intensifies. Yeah, you're not wrong. With Jay saying, what happened to Daz? I don't know, he looked like he slowed down in the corner. But he's there, he's done his fastest lap the last time around, an 8:20.637. And there is Talleyrand hunting down Racer Brown. So the bump drafting has done. Racer Brown has had enough, and he's got past Talleyrand, and he's on his way. Look, it's 3/10 between the two of them. Shocking, and it's only 19 seconds from Homesick Alien. He did an 8:53 his last time around, with Talleyrand doing an 8:57 and Racer Brown doing an 8:56. So yes, Homesick definitely on the ascendancy, but He's wearing his tyres out doing it. That's the problem. Guesty only 4.8 seconds behind the Alien, doing an amazing pace on those medium tyres. He's onto something with those medium tyres, isn't he? Here's Guesty. And, as I saw, Mrs. Guesty in the chat stream. I don't know if Guesty passed it on, but I've got to say some of your car designs of late have been absolutely stunning. I must say, if Guesty doesn't win the end of year livery for some of them, the green Vision, was it in the Vision, the Golf Vision green with the black tribal stuff on it? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And his Clio with the ghetto look was cracking also. So hats off to you, Mrs. Guesty, great job. So let's have a flick through the field, shall we? There is Pace. He's leading the way. He's unstoppable. And he's doing an absolute cracking job, keeping that 19-second lead on lap 11, an hour and 24 minutes into this race so far. Matt Psycho pushing like Billy O, but his tyres are starting to look a little haggard. Supermanny, he's just been in the pits. I missed that, sorry guys, but he just nipped into the pits. Fresh rubber, extra fuel, and he's 15 seconds ahead of Daz. Daz, come on, Daz is on the move. So the Flying Scotsman out there giving it big wellies, and he can nearly smell the Newcastle Supermanny. With Gasman in 5th place. He recently pitted, that's it, he's just done his outlap. GT Racer in 6th, only 17 seconds ahead of Kale. Talleyrand 6/10 ahead of Racer Brown. What a battle those two have had. And Homesick Alien dropping back a little bit with those tyre wear. Don't mess about, Alien, get in, because you've got Guesty chasing you down now on some medium tyres, and they're barely worn, and he's doing a really good pace, a very, very good pace on those medium tyres. And Lesnar in the chat saying, woohoo, Newcastle Supermanny, and it should be a beer. And Jay saying Strat 12, Homesick, Strat 12, preserve tyres. I love it, I love the pit calls. Woo, Guesty having a go on the mud. Oh no, what a cracking little race we're having at the moment. And if we want to see close racing, oh, so GT Race, what's that? Is 4th pit stop? 3rd. So Super GT Racer, GT Racer is in. Why did I say Super? I don't even know why I said Super. There's no reason for it. He's going for a bit of fuel in that car. That gives Kale that position back. Oh God, press every button except for the one you want. Thingy. So Kale up into 6th place now, 15 seconds ahead of GT Racer. His tyres look good, his fuel looks good. He's got to find a minute on the Gasman ahead. Gasman, who's that? Who's ahead of... Oh, he's lapping someone. Sorry, I think that's Jokas. Yeah, in the Beamer. So Gasman just making his way past the Group 4 BMW as he hunts himself down a Daz. So I was trying to make my way through. I've gone back to the beginning again. Pace is leading from Matt Psycho. Supermanny recently pitting in 3rd place. Daz in 4th. Just under 20 seconds behind Supermanny. Gasman in 5th with Kale in 6th, and GT Racer in 7th spot. That is the Group 3 category. Moving on to the Group 4s, we've got Talleyrand leading 1.5 seconds from Racer Brown. That's the furthest they've been apart this whole race, I believe. 1 hour and 27 minutes. Have they've not even been lapped yet either. They're still on the lead lap, aren't they? Let me have a look. Where's GT Racer? No, well, yeah, they're still on the kind of lead lap. They're coming near it. They're going to get lapped soon, though, I believe. with a Racer Brown 1.8 seconds behind the Subaru. Homesick Alien maintaining that 20 seconds behind in third place. Fourth place goes to Guesty, 5.2 seconds. And you know what? I don't know why I'm acting surprised that he's doing well on the mediums, because in the Clios, well, not the Clios, whatever that championship was, he drives better on worn tyres. He really does. He slides that car around. Great car control. He must be like more preference to ice racing, but yes, he's doing a cracking job out there on those medium tyres. Jim is in 5th place with Noxie in 6th. Noxie, one of the leaders, that's Super Manny coming up towards him and blast straight past. Beautiful stuff. Flashman is in 7th, and Jokers, we saw pit in. He's put the mediums on. He's out in 8th, but he's out wide again. Wants to have an inspection of that barrier to make sure it was secured properly. Joker's being part of the Nurburgring inspection team. So Pace is leading the way. Cracking stuff on board with Pace. A nice clear road ahead. Staying very focused on the goal, which is to win. And he will get a lovely little picture of his car in our Hall of Champions, or as I like to refer to it as, the Citadel of Vroom. But it isn't picking up. No one's picking up on the Citadel of Vroom. And now in the chat we've got Layla saying I'm back, or Little L, sorry. Pat saying 3rd stop for GT Racer, lap 3, 7 and 10. Probably another 2 to go at that rate. Rizla the Roller says hi, Little L, and she says hi. And Jay saying, okay Guesty, it's hammer time. Come on Guesty, you can do this. Heads up Rizla. Little L is Homesick Alien's daughter. Very young daughter. I know you've dated a Layla and a Leela, but just putting it out there, that's all. So Matt Psycho, 18 seconds. He's pulled a little bit of time in on Pace, but I just don't think there's much you can do about that. And then Super Manny, 45.8 seconds adrift from Mr. Psycho. Sorry, Rizla. I didn't want to ruin your night, but I just wanted to let you know it's the wrong tree that you were barking up. And Daz in 4th, 21 seconds behind Super Manny. So he's lost a little bit of time, but he really looks after those tyres. The Flying Scotsman is there chasing him down after his pit stop with the fresh tyres, yeah. And Kale in 6th, GT Racer in 7th. Talleyrand is leading in 3 seconds. My word. He's 3. Oh, Pace has come into the pits. What can Psycho do? His tyres are pretty mullered himself. He might have to come in himself. And Rizla saying hectic. And Jay saying Wollaloo, a South African proverb. Is it? Wallaloo. Wallaloo. So Matt Psycho does take the lead. He stays out there for another lap. Those tyres are pretty torn, but he was going to risk it for a biscuit. Why not? He's in 2nd place. He's got to do something to try and draw himself closer, but now Pace is going back on the track with some fresh rubber on, and he is going to try and stick it in the corners. And what can this gain Matt Psycho sometime from this point? Super Manny in 3rd place on the Toyota. He's lost a bit of time to those guys ahead of him, but did he pit again? No, that's how long the lap is. It felt like he pitted ages ago, but he's just coming around to finish his out lap after the pit stop. And he's 45 seconds behind Mr. Psycho, but it is about 45 seconds for a pit stop, so it's going to be tight between Matt Psycho and Super Manny after Matt Psycho's pit stop. Interesting one to watch out for. Daz there, 23 seconds. It looks like he's just lapped Talleyrand, does he? Oh, why did I go on board with him? It's not him I wanted to go on board with. Oh, I've messed up me on camera now. Let me come back out. It's... who was that? I don't know who was just behind him. It was Noxie, wasn't it? Is it? Yeah, it's Noxie. Sorry. Noxie in 7th. Guessed he's in 4th. Jim's in 6th. Yeah. Noxie in 7th. Do you know what? I usually write down side of me like things like 8th place is 1st place, 9th place is 2nd place, and I didn't bother this time, thinking, do you know what? I can handle that. I'm a grown up. I can work out. And I've done nothing but struggle what positions they are. I'm having to use my fingers to count. And there comes Flashman. He's into the pits. Has he got enough on the Jokas to stay ahead? And Mama Sykes saying, come on Matt, foot down. Arisa the roller, crying face, crying face, crying face, or crying laughing face, I don't know. And Jay saying, it's hammer time pace, let's go feasting. And Little L saying, go homesick. But Matt Psycho so far trying to make the most of it out there in the lead. Pace slowly catching him up on them fresher tyres. We're lap 12 of 19, 1.5 hours into this race. Super Manny is in 3rd place, only 30 seconds behind Pace, only 43 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is going to come out the pits around about, well, he might come out behind Super Manny again. So Daz there, he's pretty much on his own, and he's got a pit as well. So will that help? It will. 44 seconds is around about that magic number for a pit stop, I believe-ish, especially with fuel. So the Daz might be dropping out with Gazman. Kale in 6th place. He's only 13 seconds ahead of GT Racer. GT Racer coming back at Kale. No, he's just pitted, so Kale got ahead, didn't he? Yes, because Kale pitted before GT Racer, ended up behind GT Racer. Now GT Racer's pitted, he's behind Kale. We will get there in the end. Together we can find out the truth. Talaran 2.5 seconds now. Is Racer Brown tired? Is he getting fatigued out there with all that racing? And Talaran running away with it. Homesick Alien, I think he's getting his tyre woes, coming back. And Guesty only 2.5 seconds behind the Alien. Oh no. Later saying it's hammer time homesick. Pat saying someone tell Matt his tyres are gone. That usually makes the driver go quicker, doesn't it? It works for Lewis anyway. Yeah, he lies. He's a fibber, isn't he? My tyres are gone, my tyres are gone. I've just done fastest lap, lad. So Guesty only 2.1 seconds behind the Alien. We're sat here waiting and watching for Guesty to crack up with the Alien. And I'm going to take this opportunity to see if my microphone works outside. Because I need some fresh air, brah. Oh, here's one I rolled earlier. I'll be back with you in 2 seconds. So Guesty now is less than 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds. Man alive, that time is dropping like a brick. Oh, smoking is bad for you. Don't ever do it. Oh God, how can they say it's bad for you? It feels so good. One more drag, please, and then I'm back into the seat. I promise you. Oh yes, glorious purpose. So here we go. Just in time to see Guesty get it down to 1.3 seconds. Oh dear, some smoke came out my mouth. Close the door so the wife can't smell it. Hello. Oh God, I've got that nice horrible old sock feeling on my tongue again now. It was nearly like I had fresh breath for a second. So Guesty reeling in the Alien. Are we seeing the Alien? He's had first place in this race. He's had second place in this race. He's held third place for a very long time. And it looks like he's going to have a go in fourth place for it in a minute, because Guesty is catching him up hand over fist. So in the chat, Pat's saying it's that do as I say, not as I do thing, isn't it? It's definitely, yeah, but when I was young, when I were a lad, the doctors used to tell you it's good for you. But it wasn't as bad for you as it is today. I don't know why it suddenly got really bad for you. Ooh, excuse me. When I were a young'un, smoking was cool. It's not cool now though, so it's just trends. Trends change. I was cool and now I'm not cool. So Homesick Alien barely clinging on to that podium position at the moment. His tyres are burnt. Those Michelins have got nothing left in them. And it looks like Guesty, we saw him off the track and out of the race on lap 1. Here he is, 10 laps later, on his mediums, getting a tow from the Alien and looking feisty for that position. He's heading up towards the Mazda. He's in a Mazda. And it's Mazda on Mazda action. Hello, Mazda. All right, Mazda. How's that, Mazda? I'm all right, Mazda. How's that doing? I'm just going past you, Mazda. All right, Mazda. I'll see you later, Mazda. All right, Mazda. Cheers then, Mazda. And there you go, Guesty going up into 3rd place. Cracking racing there from the Guester. The Guest, I can't do anything with his name. It's already shortened and made cool. Guesty. I was going to try and the Guestmeister. There you go, the Guestmeister. Whooshing by the Alien. So Jay saying full send, Guesty. Bang on, super stuff. Let's have a look then. Matt Psycho is still out there in the lead, only 4.4 seconds though on pace, and his fuel is flashing. His car is thirsty and it wants topping up. And while we're on Guesty, we'll just highlight the livery that Guesty runs. It's a charity that's very close to his heart. They've helped him out when his child had some issues. The Sick Children's Trust, one of our endurance racers. We did a funding, a charity funding, come and give us some money thing to raise money. I think we raised just over £1,000, I'd like to say. I haven't got the actual full figure in front of me, for the Sick Children's Trust, and it's a great charity. There goes Pace then. Is he? He's already taken the lead. Sorry, there we go. So it's Super Manny we're watching. Super Manny versus Mr. Psycho, who will come out on the top. And Pat says, sounds like Gary Barlow has joined us for some Mazda talk. Right there, Gary. All right, Gary. And the Cainster out there saying, come on, Scotty. And so Super Manny, Matt Psycho is back out. 7 seconds he's got on Super Manny. I thought it was going to be closer than that. Matt Psycho, he's good amount of fuel he's put on board. And Super Manny, he's going to have to raise the pace, I believe. He's going to have to raise that roof up. Daz in 4th. And he's going to have to come into the pits. There he goes. And he's got that 43 seconds on Gazman there. Who's Gazman? Gazman's coming up to lap a Group 4 car. Who is that? Is that Noxie, I believe, in his Mazda? Keep seeing Mazdas. Is there other cars out there? There's a Group 3 Mazda. Alright, Mazda. Alright, Mazda. See you later, Mazda. Oh, you're a bigger Mazda, ain't you? Yeah, bigger than you. So Gazman whooshes by Noxie in his Mazda. Everyone's in a blooming Mazda. Let's find someone who's not in a Mazda. Lexus. Mr. Partridge's favourite vehicle, a Lexus. Pace doing an absolute cracking job here on lap 13. Ahead of Matt Psycho. Oh, Jokers has died. He's gone. Oh, poor. It was the BMW though. So Pace leading from Mr. Psycho. 7 seconds behind them is Super Manny in his Toyota. See, there is other cars than Mazdas in this. And there we have Daz. Daz, he got out the pits, but only with 5.4 seconds ahead of the Flying Scotsman. Oh no, he is the Flying Scotsman, sorry. Is Gazman a Flying Scotsman as well? Bloody, is that right? No, that's, yeah, I'm not sure. I cannot confirm if that is a Scottish flag on Daz's helmet. It's definitely Scottish colours. Well, I can confirm that. Oh, maybe, yeah, that's definitely, I'm sure Gazman is a wee jockler. But There they are, 4th and 5th, nothing between them. 5.3 seconds after the pit stops. We've been racing for an hour and 42 minutes now, but Gasman's tyres are starting to see the rougher side. Kale in 6th, 9.7 seconds ahead of a GT Racer. And GT Racer, what a bad time to come across a Group 4 car, but he deals with it well, the Hyundai of Flashman. Oh, Paul Flashman's back in last place now. Joker's leaving. Well, someone's got to do it. And there is Talleyrand ahead. Oh, yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was pulling away from Racer Brown. Racer Brown having a rest. His tyres are pretty mullered. And there is Guesty, 3.5 seconds ahead of the Alien, but his fuel is low, so he's going to be coming into the pits. The Alien's tyres are absolutely torn, and his fuel is low, so I believe he'll be coming into the pits. They've got 2 minutes on Jim, who is 30 seconds. Oh, Jim's just had a bit of a malfunction with his Scooby-Doo, and he's gone to see a barrier, and he's got 33 seconds though in hand on the Mazda of Noxie, and he is a minute ahead of a Flashman. They call him Flashman in his Hyundai. It's a very clean car, that is a nice looking car. Love a lovely livery, me. I love a lovely livery. So Pace leading the way, 37.5 seconds ahead of Mr. Psycho. But Mr. Psycho's race today is with Super Manny, the Toyota. And in the chats we've got... Let's have a look, where did I get to? Random saying... Kanetsa, haha. I don't know what I did. Rizla the Roller saying, let's go Manny. Little L saying lol. Mama Syke saying on form tonight thingy. I don't know what I say, honestly. I don't think about it. I just say things that come into my head and hope it's right. Pat saying Gasman is officially known as the Flying Scotsman, and he's streaming along tonight. He's steaming along, sorry, I thought he's streaming. Gaza saying yes, Gasman is a wee jock. And Rido says he's back. God, that was a long dinner, Rido. My word. I've been gone for like an hour and... What was you? An hour and 20 odd minutes? You old dog, Rido. Hey? Random saying you said canister to... Oh yeah, the canester. Canester, yeah, sorry. Mans. One was amused. Well done. And Jay saying no heavy damage on the lobby. No, it's just light damage. Because the way Subi crashed, I'd be panicking. No, it's just light damage. They can walk it off. Walk it off. Oh, he fell asleep, did Rido? You old man. What's the matter with you? It's middle of the day. My God, is it 10 to 10? 10 to 10 and we've still got 6 laps to go. Past my bedtime. So Super Manny, 8.8 seconds from Matt Psycho. I'll start concentrating on the race now. I'll get carried away with the stream chat. Get distracted. So Daz and Gasman hard at it out there. Gasman only 4.3 seconds. He'll be getting a lift there, seeing that Daz is not too far ahead of him. But they've got some back markers between them as well. They've got the Scooby. Who's in that Scooby? Give me a second, I'll get there. Who's in the Scooby? I can't. Did I know? Do I know who's in the Scooby? Jim, I think. I'm going with Jim. And Pat saying there's 6 Mazdas, 3 Subarus, 2 Lexuses, 2 Toyotas, and 1 Honda. What's this? It's like Gone in 60 Seconds, isn't it? It's like Gone in 60 Seconds list. Jay saying, and 1 BMW. Well, the BMW went. It left, unfortunately. So GT Racer in his Subaru, 13 seconds adrift from Kale, who's in his Lexus. And Kale's had not a bad race, really. He was up there. It looks like his car's not as twitchy as it was in the early days. And this is the battle. Talleyrand, they're back together again. 3 tenths. Oh my word. Talleyrand and Racer Brown for the battle, for the lead. Oh, of the Group 4 cars. Racer Brown's got no fuel. They're going to be going into the pits. And Talleyrand's got no tyres. Where's the pits? They've got a pit at the same time. Here they go. Both of them diving into the pits. Nothing between them. Guesty has just been lapped by the leader, I believe, Pace. And he's got 4.3 seconds on the Alien, but his fuel is flashing. So is the Alien. On the red, Cainster, yeah. Well, trying to keep it cool, and trendy. So Jim in 12th. He's staying ahead of the Noxie, sorry. I can't do it with everyone. Noxie's name's already cool, like Guesty's is already cool. You put a Y on the end of your username and that's it, automatically cool. That's why I didn't say the Cainster's first name, because it's too cool. It's got a Y on the end of it. Who's pitted? There's loads of people pitted. I'm trying to find them. So Homesick, Guesty have both pitted, and Talleyrand is come out of the pits ahead of Racer Brown, but Racer Brown is right on his tail, looking for the lead of this race. These guys are on a lap 13 of 19 so far. I'm surprised they've got that many. I didn't think they'd what did I say at the beginning? What are they going to do, 16 laps, the Group 4 cars? I don't know though. I don't think they're going to get lapped that many times. Racer Brown, that looks rather easy. Oh, that's Talleyrand trying to defend the corner by going in the inside, making a Racer Brown go the long way round. It's not on, and Racer Brown has to back out and behind Talleyrand, Scooby-Doo, in his Mazda. Oh, Mazda. Guesty in 4th, ahead of the Alien, but now the Alien on some soft tyres, racing soft tyres. Who we got? Super Manny coming up to Lapham. Oh God, what sort of camera angle's that? Give me a break. I like in car. So Pat saying, if you want a race with heavy damage, Jay, watch here on Tuesday. Yes. Oh yeah, I've got to push things. Tuesday night we've got the GT3 World Series at Autopolis, and that is going to be full-on damage. So one to watch. And has Superman lapped him yet? He's just coming up now. Here he goes. You can see the back end of Homesick Alien's car. Jay is saying, sounds kinky. Yes, Pat. Are you inviting someone into your special full damage room? Some of us call that a dungeon. And Pat's saying another set of mediums for Guesty at his 3rd stop. He loves the mediums, does Guesty, and they're working well for him, so why wouldn't he stick to them? So on board with Super Manny, I thought we'd come across... Did we already go past? And I was too busy reading things. Possibly, yes. He's already got past the Alien, and got to stop looking at the iPad, see what you lot are typing. I get distracted too easy. So Pace is leading by 40 seconds from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho has pulled a few seconds out on Super Manny, and he's now 11 seconds ahead of 3rd place Super Manny. Super Manny at the moment trying to get through the traffic. Now he's caught up with the Guesty. And Homesick Alien will, I hope Guesty jumps off the road and brakes and waits for 10 minutes or something. Daz, sorry, there. That's a lovely looking car, that Panasonic Toyota Supra. And he is still only 5.6 seconds ahead of the Flying Scotsman, but his tyres are pretty worn. Our Gasman's. Kale in 6th. 14 seconds ahead of his fellow South African, and then 5 minutes behind them, it says, is Talleyrand ahead of Racer Brown. And guess the distance between Racer Brown and Talleyrand? It's 3/10. Unbelievable. GT Racer in for another stop, but he does look like he needs the fuel this time. And the lead for the Group 4 category rages on, with Talleyrand Scooby just ahead of Racer Brown's Mazda. And it's absolutely tight as it can get. Guesty in that 3rd spot, only 2.3 seconds ahead of the Alien. Don't forget the Alien has put some racing softs on, which should be faster, sorry, wrong button, should be faster than the mediums. They just wear out a little bit quicker. So, Homesick Alien on the move, trying to get that 3rd spot back from Guesty. It's less than 2 seconds between them on track. So Racer Brown and Talleyrand hard at it. Racer Brown and Talleyrand hard at it ahead. as Guesty and Homesick battle out. And ironically, that's the team that they're entering into the endurance race. How weird's that? The four drivers taking part in the AXR 12-hour at Bathurst is leading the Group 4 categories. That's so strange. And Pat saying another set of mediums for oh yeah, you said that one already. Second stop, lost count. I don't know. I'm not counting stops. I can't. I've got too much. I'm spinning plates here, Pat. I've got loads of plates in the air. They're all spinning. I have to keep going backwards and forwards and giving them a little wiggle. Can't keep track of pit stops. Crazy talk. So Homesick Alien, 1.2 seconds, and behind Guesty on those medium tyres. So he might lose out at this point in the race, but the Alien will burn his tyres out way before Guesty will. And Rido said, did you say 12-hour race? Yes, Rido. Sometime in August, the Virtual Racers Club are entering a team into the AXR's 12-hour race. It's going to be 4 3-hour stints. The lobby, as one lobby closes, another. I think the commentators, me being one of them, are the lobby hosts. So, as one stint comes to an end, the next commentator will open a lobby and sort out the grid from the first stint, and then the second driver takes over that, and then it goes on for 4 stints, 4 3-hour stints, to make a 12-hour race starting 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning and finishing at 10 o'clock on a Saturday evening. It's going to be absolutely cray. Pat saying it was me that lost count on pit stops, not you, don't worry. And Jay saying, I'm guessing Little L is on comms because Homesick is moving. He is. She's his pit manager. She'll be running out. I believe he's got his sim set up in a cool little alcove, and she'll be out there saying, faster, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So Homesick Alien less than a second now from Guesty. Talleyrand, is down in second. Oh, I missed a blooming overtake manoeuvre. Sorry guys, there we go. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's Matt Psycho getting past Racer Brown, but Racer Brown, he's got himself a lovely 2.3 second lead on Talleyrand. So Racer Brown going fourth now as we're in the final stretches of this race. We're coming up to an hour and 55 minutes. Should be only 35 minutes left of racing. And Racer Brown has dropped the hammer. He is going for it. And Pat saying there'll be plenty of box there then, yeah, for Homesick Alien. Tyres, box. And random saying cray, come on Homesick. Little L saying Soz was on TikTok, so was I. And the Cainster, the Manster, says that's exactly how Little L would say it too. And Bunting says, go on Racer Brown, go on then, our lad, go and take win now. You've had your fun playing with Talleyrand, but it's time to win, so just get on up road, crack on. So let's have a look through the field, because I feel like I've been hanging around just reading streams. So Pace is leading 39 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. The fuel, half a tank of fuel, tyres just a little tipsy red. That's fine, plenty of meat left on those racing softs. Matt Psycho in second place, 39 seconds behind Pace, 11.4 seconds ahead of Super Manny. His fuel just over half a tank and hardly anywhere on those tyres. These guys, I'm guessing, are going till the end. Super Manny, third place. Sorry, a little clear of the throat. These tyres are a little bit worn. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that fuel should get him there. Looks like he's just coming to lap Mr. Talleyrand. If we get on board with Talleyrand, we can see what it feels like to be lapped around the Nurburgring in a Group 4 car. In the chat, Rido saying, evening Bunted. Jill saying, Homesick's got past Guesty. Oh, has he? I'll go back, I promise. And Bunting saying, evening mate, you're in the Sunday Cup. And Jill saying, come on Homesick, keep that foot down. Go on. So Talleyrand, did he already get laps? There we go, that's what it's like. So Manny, third place, just getting himself past Talleyrand. And let's have a look at the battle for third place. Homesick Alien, 3.2 seconds, but he's got to make hay because Guesty's tyres will be still fresh in a few laps' time. What's the how many laps down are they? They're not, are they really? 15 and 14. So yes, I was totally out by saying the Group 4 cars. I said they wouldn't get to 19 laps, and then I think I guessed 16 at best. But no, I think they're only going to lose a lap this whole 2.5 hours. So the deficit isn't that huge between the Group 3 and Group 4 cars. Guesty though, keeping it steady, Eddie, because he knows the Alien loves to burn out tyres. It's his favourite pastime. Further down, we've got Jim in 12th. And he's kind of like all on his own by himself. All by myself. In, what's he in? 5th. Ahead of Noxie, who's in 6th place. Who is ahead of a Flashman in 7th place. And Jokers' BMW broke down and died, unfortunately. Gazman's into the pits. This will be his final pit stop. He's going to lose a bit of time. He's got a minute on Kale, so I think he'll be back out in 5th. I think Daz is going all the way till the end. We've got just coming up to 30 minutes left of racing, or 4 laps of... yeah, 4 laps. They're on lap 15. Although, is he coming... no, he's just started lap 15. Jill saying, come on Homesick, keep that foot down. I think I read that one, sorry. So Daz ahead of Gazman. Gazman out of the pits on the racing softs, half a tank of fuel. Can he make 51 seconds up in the next 30 minutes or 4 laps? Whatever comes first, eh? So Kale is in 6th ahead of GT Racer in 7th. Then we're into the Group 4s. Racer Brown. Racer Brown, what? Last time I saw him, he was 3 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Now he's only 2 tenths. 2 tenths. These two can't stop. They love it. I thought Racer Brown was on his way now. I thought he'd stopped having to mess about. But Talleyrand back there, back in the fray, and back up for the lead. Ah, big gulp of Red Bull. Quick bit of fresh air. Problem is it's dark out here now and I don't know where I've left my fag. There we are, I found it. Not a fag, I don't know. It's a disgusting habit. Dirty. Clear screeching. So Talleyrand is hunting himself a Racer Brown there right now. 4 tenths between the two of them. And they're on it like car bonnets. No, I'm watching, don't you worry. I'm still on track. I know what I'm doing. I can even change... no, I can't. I don't want to press the controller because it'll take me out of that view. Oh, glorious. Hang on. 2 more drags. Promise you. 2 more drags and then I'm back. Oh, it's looking very close between Talleyrand. Shall I just make it up while I'm still outside? There you can see Talleyrand really giving it some welly. 1 more. There you go, done. Beautiful. And we're back. So Talleyrand there, behind Racer Brown, giving it some full welly there, trying to give it some. Let's give him a whoosh. There you go. Oh, let me get my ref out. This has been hectic, hasn't it? I haven't stopped. I thought we were going to have really long, slow parts where we'd be chatting and just chewing the fat out here and just kicking back, chilling with my homies. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm not even going to say just like it if you liked it. Even if you didn't like it, like it. Look, I've been doing this for ages now. For 2 hours and 10 minutes I've been talking non-stop. So you owe me a like. I don't care. It's YouTube that likes it. I'm not bothered if you like it. But YouTube really get off on it. So give it a like. Don't worry, we're not monetized. We're not going to get an out from it. It just gives my ego a little massage. Whoa! Looked like Racer Brown made a small mistake there. giving Talleyrand an opportunity to draw ever closer. Oh, it's so tight there for the lead of the Group 4s. Look at it. My word. Oof. I can't cut away. I want to see how Homesick is pulling away from Guesty, but it's so tight there for that lead. It's a struggle to pull away from as they go through the corkscrew. Not the corkscrew, is it? The carousel, sorry. We're not at Laguna Seca. My word. I'm starting to lose it here, guys, honestly. I'm starting to name other corners from other tracks. So, let's have a look what's going down. Pat Pat says it'll be 4 laps left for the Group 4 cars. The exact time doesn't make a difference in these. I know, I was messing about. And Jay said, this Talleyrand and Racer Brown bromance. I know, they're inseparable, these two. I want to ask them later in Discord, did they two alright? Did they want a room? I tried to give them a bit of privacy by looking at other cars. You know, I had to come back and look at what was going on between them two. And Jay saying, subscribe, first time viewer, and I am loving it. Oh, thanks, Jay, man. You're a star. Skyjacker saying, always saying you're not bothered about likes. Reverse psychology, me thinks. Well, I told you, it does well for my ego. And a little L saying, lol. Pat saying, no mistakes there. They're just checking you're still paying attention, seeing if I was outside. And so Talleyrand's ahead of Racer Brown. I was reading your blooming comments and I missed it, sorry. Oh well, you lot saw it. Hope you're not reading comments. Look at the track, I'll read the comments. Just, you know, I miss the odd things. So Talleyrand's taking the lead. There is Homesick Alien. 5.2 seconds. I don't think he's pulling out enough on the medium tired Guesty. Guesty doing an 8.50. Oh, that was his outlap though, wasn't it? Can't count at the outlaps. So Homesick Alien is absolutely pelting it on those softs. Will they last till the end? Jim is 2 minutes off of Guesty and a minute and a half ahead of the Noxie. He's had a bit of a lonely race, has Jim, but he's done a cracking pace to grab himself 5th so far in this race. I'll tell you, I'll just be glad to see the checkered flag. I won't care what position I was in. Just making it to the end of this epic would be enough. Noxie has just pitted, or he pitted last lap, so he's got some fresh rubber on, and he's only 12 seconds ahead of Flashman in 7th place. And there is Flashman, keeping it real in his Hyundai. And little L saying she subscribed. Oh, thanks. Your dad's on here mostly anyway. And Pat saying, overtake on track. Unbelievable. So, pace 45 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Superman, he has had to come into the pits again. That's not going to help Daz out any. But I believe Matt Psycho is going to be able to go to the end. 3 more laps are remaining. They've only just started this lap. So 4 laps really. Oh, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yeah, 4 laps really, I suppose. Is it 4 laps? Doesn't seem right. The whole of 16, 17, 18 and 19. See, I'm terrible with that. I've done that before, calculating fuel and not counted the last lap and run out of fuel. It's ridiculous. And a little L saying, he, go dad. So Matt Psycho in 3rd, Superman having to pit. And I don't know if Matt Psycho will. Maybe Superman wants the fastest lap. So far, Pace has got that fastest lap with an 8:08.674. Which isn't, I don't think as fast as his qualifying, but I don't know. And Layla saying, go dad, yeah. I'm going to turn the lights on, so I'm sat here in the dark talking to myself like a fool. At least I can do it in the light. That's not half as mad as doing it in the dark, I think. I don't know why. But there is Superman in 3rd place. Doing a great job for a podium position so far. And possibly his fastest lap so far in this race is an 8:11.629. He's put them fresh softs on. He's coming up to the lead battle of the Group 4s. And there you see Racer Brown 1/10 behind Talleyrand. Oh, well, I pressed the wrong button there. And there we see Superman-y, ooh, there's a bit of a coming across a corner whilst trying to lap people, a bit scary. He's got himself ahead of Racer Brown, giving Talleyrand a little bit of breathing space from Racer Brown. It's a tight section of the road, so Superman is not going to be able to do much to get past these guys. And I guess Racer Brown will be trying to get some sort of slight tow from that Group 3 Toyota. Homesick Alien 7 seconds ahead of Guesty, just done his fastest lap with an 8:50. With an 8:50.1. Sorry, I was looking at my phone again. I can't do two things. I'm a man. We don't multitask. It's hard enough pressing buttons on the keyboard and looking at the screen and reading streams. You can see I've failed. Go Daddy Alien. Oh, it wasn't Daddy O, it was Daddy Alien that Little L was going for. Lesnar saying go Superman-y with love heart fire, love heart fire, love heart flames. And Little L saying homesick. So homesick Alien going his fastest so far in the race, going for a last minute push. Jim's had to come into the pits. He is a little low on fuel. Noxie, loads of fuel. He's just pitted, so he's going to pull some of that deficit back from Jim, but a minute and a half, it's not going to be enough. And 17 seconds Flashman is behind Noxie, and that is cracking. So Pace leading 45 seconds from Matt Psycho in second. Matt Psycho 48 seconds ahead of Superman-y. We're not sure he's going to have to pit again. This might be the order they're going to finish in, with Superman-y in third, 50 seconds ahead of Daz in fourth place, who's 51 seconds ahead of Gazman in fifth place. GT Racer's back ahead of Kale. I didn't notice, sorry. By 17 seconds. Kale must have pitted, did he, recently? Oh, Kale's getting a loose back. No, I think Kale's just having some major tyre wear issues as he laps the Subaru of Jim in his Group 4 car. So GT Racer having a cracker. We thought he'd done too many pit stops. An 8:20.033, his fastest so far in the race, and it's coming together for him. He's ahead of Kale, who did a 9:07.018 last time around, and it looks like he's got issues. He's got the hazards on. Something is amiss in the Kale camp at the moment. Talleyrand, oh no, oh my word, I don't know what's happened. I ain't got replays, I can't show you them, but it looked like Superman-y having an issue in that lap and holding a Racer Brown up. That helps Homesick Alien, but not much. He's still 30 odd seconds behind. Guesty's coming back at the Alien, 6.8 seconds now behind. He was 7, and he's getting lapped though soon enough by one of the Group 3 cars. He's getting the blue flags. Holmes and Racer Brown there, 4.4 seconds now adrift of Talleyrand, and Superman-y has fallen behind those guys, so he's got it all to do again. It was Superman, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. Oh yeah, because he pitted, that's why he's behind him again. Oh yeah, he's come out of the pits, he was on a push. I think he tried to get himself by the Group 3 cars, and there is Talleyrand, 4.5 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. And he's going to give it another go with Superman-y, and he's up and he's through. Boom. Homesick Alien, 27.7 seconds adrift of Racer Brown, 7 seconds ahead of Guesty. But don't forget, Guesty's tyres last better than the Aliens, as we can see Daz coming up to lap Guesty. Is Daz in it? There he goes. There's Daz coming up to overtake Guesty. Put a lap on a Guesty there in his SO Panasonic Toyota with a lovely Nurburgring sticker on the back, and there he goes, lovely and clean and through. Beautiful stuff. Next on track for Daz will be Homesick Alien. Not to overtake, but as and Kale's still there having issues. I think he's going to have to come into the pits with them tyres. Talleyrand leading, and there goes Superman-y again to try and get past, and oh, I thought he was going to do it again. Superman-y picking his moments for overtakes on these Group 4 cars. The rules do state the Group 4 cars are not to deviate away from their racing line, and it's down to the Group 3 cars to find a way past. And at the moment, Supermanny is really struggling with Talleyrand. Pace has gone into the pits. Pace has gone into the pits. I did not expect that one bit. Why has he gone into the pits? His fuel looks good. His tyres look good. This is very peculiar. He pitted on lap 11. Maybe he feels he's got enough time in his pocket with three or four. Well, he's got 3 laps to go, and he's just coming up to the end of lap 16. Interesting stuff. This puts Matt Psycho back in with a shout. Interesting indeed. Supermanny still stuck behind the Group 4 car. Oh my word, he's losing time. And has he found a suitable place? He's very close there. And he's going for it now. Oh no. Supermanny sideways in his Toyota, giving it some Vin Diesel. Chasing down the Scooby of Talleyrand, who's the Group 4 leader at the moment. Is he going to go for a move? Still isn't going to go for a move. Oh my word. That car is sliding around that Toyota for Supermanny. He's looking for a way past. They're coming up to the straight now. Now he can just blast past the Talleyrand and try and set chase for Mr. Psycho. In the chat then, we have... Oh my god, I've missed load, sorry. Yes, Layla with lots of little love hearts and stars. Pat saying fastest lap in quali was an 8:03, still a bit short of that, but race pace was always likely to be slower. Mandy saying 2 things badly. And Skyjack saying need to delete your GTS data, mate. Oh come on, I had replays for the first 40 minutes. I did delete it beforehand. It's just, I think I've got to delete some replays. I've got loads of, I've only got something like 90 megabytes room left for replays and such what. So Supermanny in 3rd place, and let's have a look. So Pace is back out, sorry. Oh yeah, he only changed his tyres. Just wanted some fresh tyres for the end of the race. Wanted to cross the line with some brand spanking new tyres on. He's still got 28-second lead on Matt Psycho, who's got a minute lead on Supermanny. And then we've got Daz only 34 seconds behind Supermanny. And Supermanny lost quite a bit behind those Group 4 cars. So Daz in his Toyota chasing them down. Gazman in 5th. GT Racer in 6th. He's got a minute on Kale now. Kale still ghosted. I think Kale's had to dash out for a wee or something. Talleyrand in 8th place, 3 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown's got it all to do. Homesick Alien 30 seconds behind them, but 7 seconds ahead of Guesty. And this is going to be the battle at the end of the race, is if Homesick Alien can keep those tyres in line and stay ahead of Guesty, giving it some sideways drift action. Jim is in 5th. Noxie in 6th, and a Flashman in 7th. Flashman's just pitted. I was going to say he was only 17 seconds behind Noxie, but he's 51 now, but that's because he's been into the pits, put some brand spanking new tyres on, and he's on his way. And then where was our Rizzler the Roller, Eesh, and Random saying how come no replay? I don't do YouTube, so don't understand. Oh, it's in GTSport. On my keyboard I press Z to pick a point, and then I can click the 3 buttons. One gives me, I think, 7 seconds, 13 seconds and 18-second replay. And in the first 40 minutes of the race I add replays, but the longer the race goes on, the data sort of builds up and it can't remember. It doesn't remember after a while. I think it happens in all the endurance races. You only get them for a certain amount and then you run out of replays. Maybe if I had a fancy PS5 like some people out there, then I'd get replays for the whole 2.5 hours. But my poor little Pro just can't do it. Pat in the chat saying incident involving car 7, 20 and 86 to be investigated after the race. Suspect. Jay saying Dials Christian Horner. Rizzler saying Toto smiling. Pat saying Did think it would be a bit long on the tyres, and most of the stints had been about 6 laps. 8 to the end would have been a struggle, going by my theory. That theory, I half expect more stops. Jay saying, Michael, it's Christian. Very good. I wasn't happy with that move, Michael. Our data shows he should have been able to get past him without anything. Bunting saying, come on, Guesty, and Random saying, come on, Homesick, let's have ya. Brilliant stuff. So, Pace leading by 30 seconds. Matt Psycho in second. Super Manny in third place. Daz is in fourth, 37 seconds behind Super Manny and 41 seconds ahead of Gazman. GT Racer has gone into the pits. He's back out again, but we believe Kale is gone for a very long toilet break because he's been ghosted for a while now. Talleyrand leading. Oh, Racer Brown's got that 4-second deficit back up to 1.8 seconds. So the fight for the lead of the Group 4 race is far from over, with less than 2-second gap between the two leaders. Homesick Alien maintaining that 7.2 seconds ahead of Guesty, but you can see his tyres are getting redder and redder with every corner, and we've still got a couple of laps to go. Guesty in 11th there, 7.3 seconds behind the Alien. Not much red on his tyres, hardly any red on his ledger, hey. So he is hunting himself an Alien. Jim is in, hang on, 5th place. Jim's had a lonely race today, but you know, he's had good pace. He's done all right for himself in that Scooby. Noxie in 6th, I think, and Flashman in 7th in the Hyundai. So let's have a look at the battle that was between Talleyrand and Racer Brown. As Racer Brown edges ever closer, 1.5 seconds behind Talleyrand. This battle is far from over. In the chat, we've got Pat saying Group 4 race ending, cue Jaws music. And Bunting said, say VRC do a 4-hour race with teams off 2 each person, doing a 2-hour stint each after the first race, 20-minute break, then new lobby with the second drivers to finish off. Make it happen. Think, oh, hey, there's a suggestion in the Discord, Bunting. Crack on, get in there with your suggestion. Jim made a great suggestion about like a 1v1 knockouts and thing, and it's gone ahead. It's gone for a sign-up, so slap your idea and a suggestion. It's Homesick Alien that does the endurances. He might like that. I think the longer on track, the better. Although gives him more opportunity to use more tyres. So Pace is out there, 31 seconds leading in this race. He's on lap 17 of 19. We have been racing for 2 hours and 20 minutes. This race is definitely going to be over 2 hours and 30 minutes. We're looking at 2 hours 40, 2 hours 42 minutes, isn't we? And then Bunting says, I'll see what everyone thinks. They'll love it, man. Don't you worry. Don't doubt thyself. So Matt Psycho in second, Super Manny in third, Newcastle Super Manny. And then we've got Daz in that Supra in fourth. Oh, it's the two Supras together, isn't it? Supra. In third and fourth. What we got then? So we've got the Lexus leading. We've got the Mazda in second. Toyota in third. And Mazda in fifth. I don't know why I said third. Daz is in fourth, sorry. Gazman in fifth in a Mazda. Subaru in sixth. And we don't know what happened to Kale, but things don't look good in the Lexus. Talleyrand 8 tenths now ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown really pulling it out and catching up with the Scooby. How are the tyres looking? Similar for both drivers there. Matt Psycho has come into the pits. He's not happy with those tyres. He's got enough space from Super Manny to get in, have a cup of tea, a rich tea biscuit, get some new tyres on, fill up with fuel and get back out there again. With Super Manny playing with the Group 4 cars a couple of laps ago, holding him, well, not holding him up, but you know, they just coming across him a tricky part of the track, so it was tough to get past. And there goes Matt Psycho with his brand new softs on, a quarter of a tank of fuel. Is he going to go for a fastest lap? If he can't win it, he doesn't want pace to get that fastest lap, possibly. Supermanny, he's doing his fastest at the moment. Daz out there, Gazman. It's quite a distance between Daz and Gazman. I don't think we're going to see any action from those two. The action is here, isn't it? Talleyrand and Racer Brown. Racer Brown looks like he's going to try and make a move out the toe and retake the lead of the Group 4 category. Talleyrand dropping in behind. In second place. Trying to grab a toe before the corner and get back ahead of Racer Brown. But is it possible? That Mazda looking mighty today. There's a lot of them out there, so it's easy for it to look mighty. And you can just see that the lobby is struggling under 2 hours and 23 minutes of racing. The data is just getting a little bit choppy out there. But Talleyrand now in second place in the Group 4 category, hunting himself down a Racer Brown. Homesick Alien still maintaining that 7 seconds between himself and Guesty. Did an 8:53.153 last time around, and Guesty managing an 8:54. He's just getting lapped by, I want to say Daz. I definitely want to say it's Gazman, maybe. Hang on. Yeah, Gazman, sorry, not Daz. Daz is in the super cool Panasonic, isn't he? Panasonic Toyota. So yeah, Gazman just putting a lap on the Guesty there. Guesty's tyres looking okay. He did an 8:54 his last time around. What did I say Alien did? An 8:56. So Guesty slowly catching up the Alien. Jim in 12th. He managed an 8:57 his last time around. Noxie did his best with a 9:03 in his Mazda, and Flashman a 9:04 being his best. So as they get later in the race, they've still got it in them to get those super fast lap times in. And I think pace going for the fastest lap before the end of the race. They're on the penultimate lap, lap 18. He's not quite halfway around. And Rido saying, that'll be good. It's finding someone who would be my partner low. Wouldn't that be Bunny? What happened to Bunny? And Jay saying, how is the GT4 race? More fire than the GT3. It was very tight, wasn't it? Down there, I think there is a Talleyrand and a Racer Brown still giving it big wellies around here at the Nurburgring. As we come up to a 2 hours 25 minute mark. I'll tell you what, if you guys have sat here for most of this, fair play to you, because my voice must be starting to get really grating on you now. I try and change the accent now and again just so it's not so annoying, but it's ridiculous. But Racer Brown there, 6/10 ahead of Talleyrand in his Scooby, hunting him down. Homesick Alien, it's under 6 seconds. Those tyres are starting to look a little worn. And who's that? Was that Gazman? Gazman having issues. Hang on. Gazman. Oh, he's got 2 minutes though on GT Racer. He was catching up the Daz though. He's I thought he was going to go for a move on the Alien, but thought better of it. Rido saying maybe, but he has been promoted at work and has no time at the minute for racing. Oh, promotion is it? Too good to race because I'm promoted. Ah, well, good for him. Good for him. We miss him, tell him. Say, we miss you, Bunny. Or you can say, oh, they miss you, Dad. But, you know, I'll call him Bunny. I think it'd be weird if I called him Dad. And so, there you go. Gazman getting back ahead of the Alien. And there's the battle for the lead. Has that battle gone for 2 hours and 27 minutes? Oh, is Racer Brown making a mistake, giving Talleyrand an opportunity? And there it goes, Talleyrand back ahead for the lead. It looks like Racer Brown made a small mistake going into the corner, and Talleyrand said, thank you very much. My word, they've had a race today as Daz catches them up on track to put a lap on the two Group 4 leaders. Let's get on board with the Daz. You can see how difficult it is. You can see where Supermanny was having his issues. It's like if you get him at a certain point of the track, there's just no room to get past. Gazman only 35 seconds behind these guys. Oh, Racer Brown looks like he made a small mistake, and Gazman quick reactions, just whipped it up the inside. And here he, oh, no, I thought he lost the Toyota's back end there. That Toyota does look a bit skittish out there. Looks like a handful, if ever there was one. And now he's coming towards Talleyrand, but it's very tight round here. There's a tight right-hand corner to go uphill. And it's just a terrible time on track to catch the Group 4 boys. But Daz doing his best to filter through the traffic. And that now gives Talleyrand a 1.4 second lead on a Racer Brown. Guesty's got it down to 5 seconds with the Alien. The Alien's tyres looking in pain at the moment. Guesty's tyres are looking okay. Guesty did a 56.2 his last time around. The Alien did a 56.0, so the Alien was a little bit faster than Guesty, yeah. But he's definitely gained 2 seconds somewhere in amongst all of that. Guesty 54 the lap before, 53. I don't know how he's gained a couple of seconds. It must be on this lap that he's gained that time. And Jim, like I said, had quite a lonely race, but he's on his fastest lap this time around. And so is Noxie, as all their fuels are coming down. And their Flashman cracking on. Let's get back to the battle with Talleyrand and Racer Brown. That's where it's at the moment in the chat. Bunting says, fair play to you, Thingy, on the commentary on this, top guy. Thank you. Jay saying, Talleyrand and Racer Brown deserve a weekend in Vegas. Lol. Inseparable. I know. And Pat saying, it's races like this, I imagine you sometimes with you had a co-commentator. I wish I had a co-commentator. No, I don't want anyone else taking my airtime. What are you talking about? It's all about me. Me. I don't even care about those guys going around the track. As long as you're listening to me. Yeah, I don't know. I just go into autopilot, Pat, to tell you the truth. I don't even know what I say half the times. People say afterwards, oh, when you said so-and-so, and I said, I don't recall saying that. It's just weird. Rido giving it a couple of hand claps. And Jill saying, keep pushing, Homesick. He's in trouble there, Mama Homesick. He certainly is. 4.3 seconds ahead of the Guesty. And Guesty's coming. Jam, hey up, Jam. Great effort, guys. Oh, my Lord. And it just been. So, the pace is just starting his final lap. This is it. This is what it's all been accumulating to. This final lap. We could have cut out the other 18 laps and just gone straight to this final lap. Saved us all a lot of time on our Friday evenings. Chin chin. I didn't even get a beer. I should have done. I keep getting my mic switch stuck under the table. And I keep thinking I'm going to mute myself. I don't even know if my mic's still working. Am I still out there? Hello? Yeah, I'm still out there. Super duper. So, Pace leading the way on the final lap. Matt Psycho in second place. Looking good and strong as he starts his final lap for a podium position. Supermanny keeping that final podium in his pocket. He says stop something. I keep seeing stop on the side of his car, but I can't quite get a shot of it. Stop. Oh, stop COVID-19. I am fully on board with that, my friend. Great message. Stop COVID-19. Now all we need is a time machine and go back to 2019, wasn't it? Over to China and say, don't open that door. Keep that door closed. Don't eat that bat. Don't bite that bat's head off, please. There's going to be terrible repercussions from that. So Daz in 4th place, Gazman in 5th place, GT Racer in 6th. Kale, he's still paused. on his final lap. He's even got Matt Psycho coming up behind him, I believe. Racer Brown is leading that little battle between him and Talleyrand, but it's 2/10 between the two of them. Homesick Alien, it's 4.8 seconds now ahead of Guesty, and I assume this is their final lap also. So Guesty's got to find some time in his pocket if he wants that podium position. And Homesick Alien is up the road a little bit, but those tyres are looking absolutely torn. Tear it up, Homesick, tear it up. But who's going to win Group 4? Racer Brown or Talleyrand? It's so tight for these guys. Is this it? Are they coming round to the end? No. This is near the end of the track. Pace is still out there miles away, isn't he? Yes. Oh, right. The Group 4 cars might be decided pretty soon, and it looks like Racer Brown. Are they? No, they've got through. Sorry, now this is their final lap. I got all confused then. I thought, well, they're near the end of the track, but they're only just starting their final lap. So they've got a whole lap to sort this business out of who is going to win the Group 4 category. Homesick Alien, 4.2 seconds, 4.1 seconds ahead of Guesty, who's got a long way to go to try and maintain that podium ahead of those guys. Jim in at 12. Flashman's gone into the pits. Is that it? Is he done? He can't be on the last lap. Surely not. His tyres look quite fresh, but it looks like he's pitted. He's retiring the car, it seems. So Pace out there. He got the fastest lap there with an 8:05.392, and that is why we saw him nip into the pits and get some fresh tyres on. He's around halfway round the track of the final lap. There is Matt Psycho. He's getting greens, getting fastest laps for himself. He got an 8:06.8, so he was very close to that fastest lap. Supermanny in third spot. Could have been a different race if him and Matt hadn't had a bit of a coming together, and then he obviously had an issue getting past the Group 4 cars. But a podium position, his first ever event with us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Welcome on board, Supermanny. Cracking race to get that third place. Daz in fourth, with Gazman in fifth, only 20 seconds behind Daz. So Gazman, cracking race. Remember, on that first lap he dropped right back behind the Group 3 cars, the Group 4 car, sorry, and had to battle his way through. He was 17 seconds behind the last Group 3 car, and look at him. He's ahead of Kale, GT Racer, and he's only 20 seconds behind Daz after 2 hours and 35 minutes. And how are we doing? No one's finished the race yet. I like to see him as they cross the line. Pat saying, at what point do we need to say Homesick as faster than you to Talleyrand, just to add even more drama to the end of the race? Uwerson says, good afternoon, Brazilian here. Does anybody know if the setup is open? No, it's a manual. Yeah, it's manual bop, obviously. Is it? Yeah, it's manual bop, obviously, because it's two different categories, but there was no tuning, I'm afraid. Mama Sykes says, super racing, super commentating, a great job everyone. Oh, thanks Mama Sykes, you're so nice. And Jay says, I defo need an invitation to come for some fun, need to shuffle my ACC schedule. And Ranveer Singh says, Super Manny. And Lesnar Mistre says, well done Super Manny. So Super Manny's got a huge following out there. Fantastic stuff. So Pace making his way around, only a minute away from the end of the race. The battle out there is between Racer Brown and Talleyrand, 4/10 between the two of them. They've shared the lead on numerous occasions around here, and they have had an absolutely blinding race. Homesick Alien is only 1.2 seconds ahead of Guesty. Oh my word, we're going to have a very hectic ending here between Guesty and Homesick Alien. Can Homesick Alien keep hold of that podium? I have to cut back to KLM Pace, I mean. We'll keep nipping backwards and forwards. Homesick Alien 1 second ahead of Guesty. Guesty is coming, And he's coming hard. And Homesick Alien can feel it all over his back. So Pace leading the way from Matt Psycho, and it looks like now Pace coming around the final section of the race after 2 hours and 37 minutes and 30 seconds. KLM Pace takes the race win. Well done, super stuff. Matt Psycho bringing her home. Well, he's got a minute yet, so let's have a look at the battle between Racer Brown and Talleyrand, or Homesick Alien and Guesty. Can they cling on to this? Oh my word, Matt Psycho, he's not quite there yet. Homesick Alien trying to defend the best he can. Guesty's tyres are doing okay, but Homesick Aliens are pretty torn up now. And we'll have a quick look at Matt Psycho. He's just getting to the end of the straight. He's got a while yet. So there you go. This is the battle. Talleyrand, he's a second and a half behind Racer Brown now, and there's only 5/10 between Guesty and Homesick Alien. My gosh, my word, could it be any closer? Let's have a look. Matt Psycho's coming around the final part of the track to grab himself a super second spot. Fantastic stuff for Matt Psycho. I've said it once and I'll say it again, always a bridesmaid, never the bride. And let's get back to this battle between Homesick Alien and Guesty. Guesty's having a look. Guesty's having a look at the Alien. The Alien might lose his podium. He's got no grip on the front end of that Mazda. And the other Mazda is coming for him. I've got to try and cut back. I like to get them a bit as they cross the lines. And there they go. I don't think Homesick Alien's going to manage this, because he's got that long straight to try and keep Guesty behind, and Guesty absolutely beasting it in the corners with his medium tyres. Superman-y, he's not quite there yet. How's Talleyrand doing? He's just 2.5 seconds behind Racer Brown. Homesick Alien, he's in the carousel, trying to stay ahead of Guesty. Intense fighting here. Unbelievable stuff. We'll go back to Superman-y as he goes through to take the final podium position in 3rd place and take a boo, my son. Well done, Superman-y. Fantastic stuff. So Homesick Alien, Talleyrand is 2.6 seconds behind Racer Brown. And where's Guesty? What happened to Guesty? Oh no! While I was watching him go over the line, Guesty seems to have made a bit of a mistake or something, and he's dropped back from the Alien. The Alien can take a sigh of relief, and Daz is still some way. There is Talleyrand. He's got Gazman trying to get past him. That's the one. Homesick Alien 2.3 seconds ahead of Guesty. Poor Guesty. And lucky Homesick. Or maybe Guesty's having to try and fuel save, but they've got about similar amounts of fuel. Let's have a look at Daz. He's still not, he's just on the straight. There's Talleyrand, 2.8 seconds behind Racer Brown. And Guesty, 3 seconds. What's going on? Is Guesty feeling he needs to save fuel? I don't know. Crazy stuff. How's Daz doing? He's still there. Kale's crossed the line, but I think he was paused. And Guesty, 3.2 seconds behind the Alien. I honestly don't know what happened there. Crazy stuff. Oh god, the timer ran out. There you go. Didn't even get to see him cross the line. Oh, that's a shame. That's weird, because when I did 1 hour of the Nurburgring, it gave you about 8 minutes after the drive across the line, so that was weird. Well done. Pace takes the win and pole position. Oh, I kind of dragged it out of everyone. So I'll take you to the results, the final results. The poor buggers didn't get to cross the line. That's a shame. That's a real shame, isn't it? How weird. So Pace was your winner of the Group 3 category, with Matt Psycho in 2nd. Superman-y grabs that final podium position. Fantastic stuff. Daz in 4th, with Gazman in 5th. GT Racer finishing in 6th, and Kale finishing in 7th. Moving on to the Group 4 category, Racer Brown in 8th, with Talleyrand not 8th, sorry. Racer Brown winning the Group 4 category, with Talleyrand in 2nd, and Homesick Alien managing to maintain that podium. Take a boo, my son. Guesty in 4th, with Jim finishing in 5th, Noxie in 6th, and Flashman in 7th. Pace got your fastest lap on lap 18 with an 8:05.39. And that, my friends, was the VRC Nurburgring 2.5 hour race, and it was fantastic. I loved that from start to finish. I hope you guys did as well. Loads of chat came through whilst that was all going off, and let's have a look then. Runveer says Super Manny. Lesnar said well done Super Manny, a podium. Rizzler the Roller said awesome race, well done to the racers. And Flashman, I think, swore because he's retracted his message. Rizzler the Roller said thank you sir for the awesome stream. That's my pleasure. Mama Sykes with lots of claps and thumbs up. Flashman saying enjoyed that but got cramp in my leg, that's why he went into the pits, just like Coulthard when he first drove the Williams. Mandy saying you got this, homesick. Kaylin saying phew. Pat saying the time limit could make for an interesting finish with these Group 4 battles. Kaylin saying well done all. Jay saying gloves are off in the GT4s, lol. And Lesnar saying yay Super Manny, well done all. Jay saying well done to the pace boys, Kaylin, Manny and Kale. Skyjacker saying well done all, mega racing the whole race distance, top job thingy, thank you. Jill saying well done homesick, a brilliant podium. Skyjacker saying never seen the game do that before. I know, it was really weird, the ending. Matt saying great race. Matt Psycho saying great race. Pat saying another smashing race, great driving and some really good high energy commentary, thanks. Well done everyone, and you as well thingy. It's what I do. I can't drive, so I talk. They said those that can't, those that can't do it, talk about it. Matt saying a well done pace. Kaylin saying a well done pace, and Matt saying congrats RB Racer Brown, and Matt also saying good job Kaylin, and Matt saying cheers thingy. That's all right. I didn't do much really. I just watched you lot drive around. It's fun for me. Okay, so let's tie up some bits and bobs. If you want to be involved with the Virtual Racers Club, please go to our website www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and that will give you a link to our Discord. Please come in, say hello. I'm Thingy Majig, so just pop in and say, dude, you talk too much, and sign up to some races if you fancy it. We stream all of our races, so you'll have this nutter talking about your racing whenever. In the chat, Bunting saying well done all, smashed it. Matt Sykes saying best 2.5 by miles, wow. Racer Brown saying great race with Talleyrand, wow, I'm sweating, I can imagine. Jill saying well done thingy, you kept it alive. Rido saying well done all. Homesick saying great race everyone, thanks for joining. Matt Psycho saying cheers homesick. Rido saying well done thingy, a great stream was. Oh look, come on, shucks man, my ego's big, it's getting big. I'm not going to be able to get out of the house tonight. Okay, you lot can go off and do your thing now. That's enough, isn't it? That's enough. So I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Phil, my anus. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and ring my bell end if you don't want to miss anything. And I will see you for the next stream, which will probably be a replay on Monday night of the Sunday Cup that we're doing on Sunday. There's loads of room if you want to race. Come along. Ferrari F40s at Monza, no chicanes. Racer Brown in the chat saying thanks to Thingy and Homesick for hosting. Great stuff. Cool. Thank you everyone. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and ring my bell end, and I will see you all on Monday evening for our next stream. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Phil Myanus. Lovely stuff. Thank you. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave you all. It's been lovely spending this time together. Thank you. Thank you for making it special for me. Guys, your lot's comments is what's made it interesting. Gives me something to read. Alright then. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Take care. Give us a ring. Give us 2 rings when you get in. Alright. Bless you. Bye.